This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School, getting ready for Lady Trojan basketball. Countdown to tip-off is brought to you by L&L Advisors. 49-36, the victory for the Lady Trojans on Friday night. Southeast of Saline moves to 1-0 on the season. They are currently ranked number 9th by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. 3 different Lady Trojans in double digits in that game. They all had 10 points. Brielle Potachik, Abigail Pearson, and Reagan Getz. 2 more just on the doorstep of double digits. Lexi Jacobson had 8. And Maddie Harris also had 8. Avery Castleman, the other Lady Trojan scorer, as you round out the scoring. For Southeast of Saline in this game, Avery Castleman had 3 points. When you look at Smoky Valley, they went off for 73 points against the Abilene Cowgirls. They won that game 73-39. They were up 53-23 at halftime, and they were led by Adrian Hazelwood, the 5'7 junior, had 25 points, and there were 4 other Smoky Valley Lady Vikings in double digits. They all had 10. Clara McElroy had 10. Tenley Scott, Katja Blanchett, and Eva Malm all had 10 points for the Lady Vikings on their way to 73 points. This is a team under second-year head coach Jason Drolliard that doesn't have any seniors. And you might remember in the only meeting with Southeast of Saline last year, Smoky Valley defeated the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans in Lindsborg. It was in the second game of the season a year ago, and it was 53-47 the final score. Smoky Valley won that game by 6, and that was just one of a few losses, of course, for Southeast of Saline 1 year ago. Southeast lost that game, but then they were able to rebound and have a really good run before Christmas break and carried that over after the holiday break. After that loss to Smoky Valley, Southeast of Saline went on a 5-game winning streak before losing to state-ranked Clay Center on January 11th. So not all bad with that loss last year. Of course, you never want to lose, but when you post a 20-4 record and this was one of your losses, there has to be a little bit of a conversation about that as you go into the locker room in anticipation of this game. We're just about ready for tip, about 4 minutes away. When we come back after this 2-minute timeout, we'll have starters for you and the start of this game, Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan basketball, coming up here on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses acquire relief loans to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Need to make a power purchase by year's end? CanEquip has got you covered. With 14 locations, you'll find quality pre-owned inventory changing daily. Browse inventory right from your smartphone at canequip.com to see what's available. Looking for something specific? Visit CanEquip in Salina and talk to a sales professional to help you find it before the year is out.
Can equip you.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Southeast of Saline High School, just about ready to get this one underway. Let's go over your starting lineups for you. Southeast of Saline, they come in as the host team, of course. They are 1-0 on the season after that big victory over the Heston Lady Swathers to begin the season on Friday. Coming off of a 20-4 season under 7th-year head coach Shauna Smith, assisted by Steve Reedy. Brielle Potachik, a 5'2 junior in the starting lineup. She had 10 points on Friday night. Also, Reagan Getz, a 5'8 senior, had 10 points on Friday night. Avery Castleman put in 3. She's a 5'8 senior. Maddie Harris is a 5'5 junior. She had 8 points on Friday night. And Lexi Jacobson, a 5'8 junior, also chipped in 8 points on Friday night in that victory against the Lady Swathers. For the Smoky Valley Lady Vikings, under second-year head coach Jason Drouillard, they will start Brianne Peterson, a 5'7 junior. Clara McElroy, a 5'6 junior. She had 10 against the Cowgirls on Friday. Tenley Scott also had 10. She's a 5'7 junior as well. Katja Blanchett, a 6-foot sophomore, had 10 points against Abilene High School. And Adrian Hazelwood, the leading scorer for Smoky Valley, had 25 points. She is the lone returning starter in this Smoky Valley squad, and she is going to be a handful tonight. Southeast of Saline will definitely give her some attention on defense as Adrian Hazelwood goes off for 25 points against the Cowgirls of Abilene on Friday on the way to Smoky Valley's 73-39 victory. Smoky Valley last season had a pretty good year under first-year head coach Jason Drouillard. They went 15-7 on the season, and they were ousted, of course, in the sub-state. They went to the same sub-state that the Southeast of Saline went to, and they were taken out in that sub-state by Riley County, 39-28. Riley County eventually went on to the next round in the sub-state championship game, of course, where they faced off against Southeast of Saline, and Southeast of Saline got that victory and was able to move on to the state tournament. So Smoky Valley, of course, got the best of this series. A lot of times these two teams will see each other more than once throughout the season, but that was not the case last year. Sometimes they'll bump into each other at the Sterling tournament or even at the sub-state tournament. But last season, they only saw each other one time, and that was in Lindsborg when Smoky Valley's Lady Vikings got the victory 53-47. We bring in Francis Flax now, who joins us here, and Coach, just about ready for tip-off in this game. You post a 20-4 record, and you have a trip to the state tournament, but you look back about a year ago, and this was one of the miscues on your record. That has to give you a little bit of a focus, even though we're 1 year later, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But you gotta hand it to both teams. Smoky Valley, they're good. That's number one. And I think last year we were trying to find ourselves early in the season, and it was a good game. It wasn't decided at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
That game went right down to the wire.
This Smoky Valley team was kind of reminded me, and pardon the comparison here, but coaching a lot during the summer, sometimes you run into these teams full of younger girls, like freshmen and sophomores, and they beat up on some juniors and seniors because they just don't know any better. They're scrappier. They go to all the 50-50 balls. They get all the rebounds. They're very handsy, very physical. Sometimes they don't know what they don't know, but that doesn't hurt them, and that kind of gave me the impression of how Smoky Valley was last year in that game.
I think you're right. And on the other hand, we had a little trouble with Smoky Valley's length last year.
Yeah.
And as you take a look at them physically on the floor right now at pregame, Smoky Valley's long again.
Yeah.
Their girls are long and lean. So it'll be a good contest. I think the whole key here is, will we be able to hold our own in the rebounding department? And I think I'll probably say that every game.
Yeah, I think you probably will. Smoky Valley comes out as you view it on live stream video available at SalinaPost.com, free of charge. It's brought to you by Salina Ortho. The Lady Vikings on the floor waiting on Southeast of Saline. Lady Vikings from Smoky Valley wearing their black jerseys trimmed in orange, a little bit of white on those jerseys as well. Southeast of Saline will take the floor in their home white jerseys for the second consecutive week, and they are trimmed in purple. An amendment to the starting lineup. Abigail Pearson is in the starting lineup. Avery Castleman will come off the bench here tonight for Southeast of Saline. Pearson chipped in 10 points in her first varsity game as a freshman on Friday night against Heston.
Certainly didn't look like a freshman in that performance.
She did not. It'll be Jacobson in the center circle against Blanchett, and Blanchett gets the tip. She will tip it back. Smoky Valley will start out here on offense. Here's a drive to the baseline. Hazelwood tried to take it on Pearson. Reagan Getz comes over and helps side defense and denies the shot with a good block. Here comes Maddie Harris, middle of the floor. Southeast of Saline, a stop defensively. Jacobson, aggressive at the paint, put it up over the rim, gets her own rebound on the backside. Southeast of Saline will keep it. Pearson fires from three. Too strong, no good. Ball being batted around, fought for, and Hazelwood will come out with it for the Lady Vikings. Up the left-hand side of their offense, down the sideline. Hazelwood gave it up. She gets it back. Launches the three. That's no good, but an offensive rebound for Smoky Valley and another chance. Another three-pointer that won't go down. That one from Tenley Scott. And a rebound being fought for once again, won by the Lady Vikings. Back inside they go. Blanchett lost it on a power dribble, taken away by Maddie Harris, and a foul will be called just about a minute in on Smoky Valley.
There's my fear, Devin. You saw that Smoky Valley had about 4 offensive rebounds there. But luckily for the Trojans, we got to not only come up with control of the ball, got a foul on a good player.
Will be on Katja Blanchett. They put 33 on the board. She wears 32 if you see that on video. I believe that was on her. There is no 33 currently on the floor for Smoky Valley. Castleman quickly into the game. Not starting, but only setting about 50 seconds. Here's Maddie Harris on a guarded jumper from 17. That's no good. Blanchett with the rebound. She'll pull up near the timeline or in front of the scorer's table. Now give it up to Hazelwood, who airmails one out of bounds, and it will be a turnover here for the Lady Vikings, their first of the game.
I think Southeast just needs to settle down. If they get one basket to go, I think they'll be good.
Still scoreless in this contest, about 90 seconds in. Both teams looking for their first points. Brielle Potacik has it on the right wing. It's a man-to-man defense being applied here by Smoky Valley. Maddie Harris behind of a screen puts up a long three that's no good. Weak side rebound chased down by Reagan Getz and saved. Brielle Potacik has it in her hand. She works her way to the free throw line. Now in the middle of a trap, she gets it to Castleman. She'll launch a three, no good. Boy, a cold start here for Southeast of Saline, but they managed to get a couple of rebounds. Potacik lost that one, however. Here comes Smoky Valley back down the court. Hazelwood with 25 points against Abilene, coach, on Friday night.
Yeah, she's a good player. There's no doubt about it.
Three-pointer by Tenley Scott. That's strong. Blanchett down low, got the rebound, and they're going to say it's a rebounding foul, a push in the back against Southeast.
I'm not sure that Abilene will put the pressure on her as our girls will tonight.
Abilene working with a first-year head coach and Sean Herman trying to get their feels about them. Smoky Valley, as we mentioned in the onset, with a second-year head coach. And now Hazelwood with a turnover, this one time a traveling call, and it's her second turnover here early on. Lexi Jacobson, by the way, got that last foul for SES. Still scoreless. 2:15 into this game. Brielle Potacik across the timeline, being guarded closely, gets the screen, backdoor cut Maddie Harris. Maddie worked herself underneath the rim way too far. Now the rebound bounces out to Brielle Potacik, and the junior cashes it in with the foul. Little nudge on the arm, and Brielle will go to the free throw line for the three-point play.
Well, it was a smart play all the way around. Maddie took it to the basket, and, didn't make it, but in the scrum for the rebound, it went right back to Brielle, and she completes a three-point play.
Brielle Potacik was the best free throw shooter on the team a year ago at 72%. She makes the free throw here, and now a 30-second timeout called by Smoky Valley. Trojans lead at 3-0, scoring here on that last trip. That foul was on Clara McElroy as she gets the second team foul for Smoky Valley here in this contest. 73 points by the Lady Vikings in Abilene on Friday night. I don't care who you are. Anytime you hit over 70, It's a lot. And as we said, Adrian Hazelwood had a good portion of that at 25, but 3 more Lady Vikings at 10. Tenley Scott had 9, right on the doorstep of double digits as a team effort. And Smoky Valley gets out of the doorstep quickly here to start this season. We will see both these teams, of course, Smoky Valley tonight, and then a week from tonight, we'll be back here in the same spot to face Abilene.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. The schedule is really a good pre-Christmas schedule for both teams, both the men and the women.
Talked with Bryson Flax about that. 3 of the 6 teams they play before break are ranked in the top 10 in the state in different classes. You go 4A Abilene, 2A Hillsboro, and then everybody else is kind of in between. Starting with Heston, who they knocked off on Friday night. Here's Smoky Valley now careless with the basketball. Maddie Harris all over defensively. Maddie gets called with a cheap little bump there in the corner near the sideline and the half-court stripe, trying to use those stripes as a 3-person trap, and she got a little too aggressive there.
Well, that's not a bad foul. I mean, they didn't have to call it.
Correct. Little 2-3 zone here by Southeast of Saline. Hazelwood works her way inside, throws up a shot that's no good, but she gets her own rebound. And now another foul here against Southeast of Saline. This one will go against Brielle Potacik.
Well, we got to slow down on the fouls now. We've got plenty already.
3 team fouls here in the first 3 minutes for Southeast. They have spread them out, though. Nobody has gotten more than 1 called on them. as Clara McElroy will go out of the game. Into the game for the first time for Smoky Valley is junior Eva Malm. Inside Hazelwood, she got position on Brielle Potachik. Brielle got caught reaching in, and now that will be 2 quick fouls on the junior Brielle Potachik. So quickly to the scores table, we'll see Reagan Getz check in. Lob pass up top. Now they try to go back to the rim on a pass that was really in no man's land, that time for Smoky Valley, and they're going to turn it over for the 3rd time. 3-0, southeast of Saline. Maddie Harris with the ball in her capable hands. She'll bring it up the middle of the floor. Now play it left, ends up with Abigail Pearson on the left wing. Now to Reagan Getz. She'll square it from 3. Too strong, no good. Harris peeks the rebound, goes up, has her shot blocked. Pearson has it blocked from behind on the putback, and now hits the deck. Ball squirts out of bounds, and a turnover there for southeast of Saline. Not quite able to get that rebound caged.
Well, I tell you what, she got fouled for number 1, but it was one of those, do you call it or you don't call it? So, and it was aggressive play both ways.
Smoky Valley down the floor, right-hand side. Hazelwood this time working on Castleman. She steps through a trap and travels again. Boy, 3 of the 4 turnovers for Smoky Valley are against Adrian Hazelwood, so credit to the Southeast defense as they are still pitching a shutout here halfway through this first quarter and forcing Smoky Valley's best player into turnovers. Pearson has it right-hand side. She wants to drive with the left hand all the way to the cup, and a hand check foul will be called here on Smoky Valley. There's Abigail Pearson again doing next-level stuff. And
she's not a freshman, is she?
Boy, you can tell she has played. That foul there against Eva Malm, her first. Lob pass way up top. It'll go to Addison Rohr, who has checked into the game. Shot put up by southeast of Saline, missing, torn away now by the Vikings. 3-on-3 break. They try one too many passes. That one slapped out of bounds along the baseline. It will stay with the Lady Vikings. Addison Rohr, good minutes against Heston on Friday night. She's just a sophomore. Blanchett has it, hands off to Hazelwood. 3-pointer off the backboard goes in. Adrian Hazelwood starting with a 3-pointer off the glass. 3-3 is our score. Harris with it, now hands it off to Reagan Getz, and she will be fouled by Hazelwood. That'll be her first, 4th team foul on Smoky Valley. Lexi Jacobson to the table. She'll check back in. She will replace Maddie Harris, give her her first break. So it's Pearson on the inbounds. She is calling for somebody else. Getz will take it over. Castleman, Rohr, and Jacobson all on the floor here for southeast of Saline. Getz will inbound it. It's Avery Castleman on the SES logo. Now she approaches top of the key. Looks right now, comes back left to Jacobson. Lexi stops, pops on the 3. It's blocked and deflected, taken away by Smoky Valley. Here come the Lady Vikings. Up the floor, cross-court pass, buries it in the far corner. Now over, back top of the circle. Malm has it. Step back 3 on the way. Splashes home. Look at a shot there.
You could tell that one was going in when it left her hand.
Yes, side spin and all. Here's the Reagan Getz now. She gets bumped on the way to the cup, and she will be fouled. 5th team foul on Smoky Valley. A lot of fouls here early on.
Yeah, there are. And a lot of reaching. I think both teams are just trying to establish themselves, and so far they haven't gotten into any kind of a rhythm.
Malm on the foul there. That is her second. Gets on the inbounds. Ends up with Castleman after a bounce on the floor. Now she'll play it to Pearson. Pearson looking for a seam. Gets to the free throw line. Now she's double teamed. Here's Getz on the handoff, and a left-hander curls in for Reagan Getz. It worked out for southeast of Saline, Coach, but I think if Pearson would have squared up there, she would have lost the defender on the top side.
Yeah, but she's trying to be a team player, which she is.
3-pointer air balls for Smoky Valley, and Hazelwood there to put it in. We are tied. Oh, we're not. Sorry, it's 8-5. Forgot that other 3-pointer there by Smoky Valley. Smoky Valley did get a quick steal, but then turned around and turned it over on the travel. 5 turnovers so far for the Lady Vikings, 2 for southeast of Saline. 2:28 left to go here in the first quarter. Castleman set to inbounds right at the end of the Smoky Valley bench. Middle of the floor to Jacobson. Lexi one dribble, gets to the top of the circle. Now back to Castleman. Avery's three, won't go. Rebound on the backside by leaping Blanchett. Here comes Hazelwood now down the right-hand side of the floor. She'll unload it to the right-hand side. Now get it back. Swing it to the far side. Now a deflection. Gets, though, couldn't get it for Southeast. Out to Scott for a three-pointer. That won't go. Rebound by Castleman on the weak side. Avery wants to speed back the other way. 4-on-2 break. Gets, steps through, and they're going to say she traveled with it.
Actually, if she would have went up with it when she took that Euro step, she'd have been able to, well, I don't know if she'd have made the basket, but she wouldn't have got called for the travel.
A little extended 1-3-1 here by Southeast of Saline now. Three-pointer by Smoky Valley. That is no good, and off of Blanchett's left arm out of bounds. Southeast will take it back away. 8-5. Smoky Valley leading by 3. 1:46 left to go here in the first quarter. Pearson with it. Abigail brings it across the timeline. She'll play left-hand side. Jacobson. Addison Rohr working inside. Sets a screen. They lose the ball momentarily, but get it right back. Gets. Now up top. Plays it to Pearson. A little shade to the right. Abigail wants to drive. Big step through and has the ball taken away. Blocked up high by Hazelwood. Blanchett has it, leading a 2-on-2 break. Back to Hazelwood on the trail. She drives and puts it in the cup. Adrian Hazelwood was 7 early on. Say 5-point.
Good player, no doubt.
10-5, Smoky Valley. Jacobson back to Pearson. She'll fire a three. Much needed basket for Southeast of Saline. Back to a 2-point game as we go inside of a minute here in the first quarter. Hazelwood has it up top, guarded by Castleman. Tried to bounce it down low, and it's going to squirt out of bounds on Smoky Valley, their 6th turnover. Hazelwood has 7 of the 10 Smoky Valley points. The other three-pointer was for Eva Malm. Southeast of Saline so far has 3 different players in the scoring column. They also have Brielle Patajic on the bench with a little bit of early foul trouble. She took 2 early fouls basically on the same possession on the same end of the floor. Maddie Harris back into the game. She's going to set a 1-4 high look here. Everybody lined up along the free throw line. Maddie will start it out as Pearson pops out to the right wing. Tried to get it to Getz. That one's knocked away. Reagan, though, will run it down before it crosses into the backcourt. Here's Reagan. Down low to Jacobson. She traveled with it. Got that ball a little far outside, and she took steps trying to control it.
Yeah, and actually it wasn't a bad pass. She was kind of halfway posted up in there, and the ball didn't come exactly to her, and she had to move to get it and shuffled her feet.
Back to that 1-3-1 set here for Southeast of Saline. They have 16 seconds to protect the basket. Beautiful look down low from Hazelwood. She found Clara McElroy for her first 2. Southeast back the other way, 12-8. Jacobson to the left. Pearson down low. Gets little up and under move. She kicks it back out. Castleman for 3. And it won't go. She was pinched for time, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Smoky Valley comes into Southeast of Saline. They have posted a 4-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter action coming up after this. You're listening to Southeast of Saline. Lady Trojan Basketball is brought to you by Salina Ortho.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansas for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
12-8 as we start second quarter action. Southeast of Saline trailing. They do start out with the basketball. Welcome back here to campus. Devin Haney along with Francis Flax as we are working through a doubleheader of Southeast of Saline basketball again here tonight, this time against Smoky Valley. A drive along the baseline on the right-hand side of Southeast of Saline's offense. Maddie Harris comes up a little bit short, then the rebound tied up, and the arrow points to Smoky Valley. Coach, what do you think so far?
Well, I tell you, I think we're just a little bit jittery. We're a little bit sped up. We're taking shots that if we would just be a little more patient, I think we'll be okay. We just got to stop them on this possession to get right back in it, and that should have been a walk right there.
Yep, Hazelwood gets it off the pass after the missed travel. Ball is loose now off of her miss, and a ball on the floor that is called a traveling violation. Sophia Fruits, a sophomore, down on the floor with that possession. Little token full court pressure here now by Smoky Valley. Brielle Potachik back into the game. She's in the backcourt along with Maddie Harris. Gets Castleman. Jacobson on the floor for Southeast. Little pick and roll here. They hit Jacobson inside, and Lexi hangs and scores. There's that hang time again by the junior Jacobson.
And that was a nice play. That's a high pick and roll, and Maddie found her going right to the bucket, and it was a great pass, good shot.
There's a three-pointer unleashed on the right-hand side by Smoky Valley. That's no good from the hand of Tenley Scott. Rebound eventually taken into custody by Avery Castleman. Here's Harris up the floor. She'll take it to the lane line right-hand side. Now to Jacobson. Reverse layup coming up from Lexi. Too strong, won't go. Good thought, though, by Lexi Jacobson. Smoky Valley has it back the other way. Hazelwood works her way to the right elbow, and a traveling violation here called against Clara McElroy. Pearson back into the game. Will check out. I think early on here in the season, of course, they haven't had to deal with a lot of foul trouble yet, but Shauna Smith has really kind of settled into this six-person rotation, hasn't she?
Yeah, 6 or 7. She's played 7 pretty regularly, but 6 main ones.
Harris with it. Dancing with a dribble on the left-hand side. Now she picks it up. She finds Pearson down low. Abigail come cutting across the paint. Now she'll play it back out to Maddie. Harris gets contact. Should have been a foul. She scores anyway. The strength by Maddie Harris for her first 2 buckets.
That was a nice move. She used her body very well, took the contact, and still scored.
First 4 points of the quarter end up with Southeast of Saline, and we are back tied 12-12. Lob pass inside, knocked away by Harris. Turnover, number 9 for Smoky Valley. Here comes Jacobson up the floor. Castleman touch pass back to Lexi. Jacobson's going to score, and it's a 6-point run by Southeast of Saline. They take the lead back, and what a nice little break that time. The spacing wasn't great, but a good little break by Lexi Jacobson and Avery Castleman.
That was a very well executed 2-on-1.
Jacobson has had 4 of the 6 points in this run. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more Lady Trojan basketball.
Hi, it's Sarah.
And Addison.
Are you the guy who doesn't know what to give your wife or parents for Christmas because they already have everything? Give them the gift of time from Mary Maids in Salina and Abilene. It's perfect. Who doesn't need more time? Gift certificates are available in any denomination. Mary Maids can clean your house from top to bottom. So give the gift of time this Christmas with a gift certificate from Mary Maids in Salina and Abilene.
Find Mary Maids on Facebook or at marymaids.com.
Mary Maids, relax. It's done.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney, Francis Flax, back here at Southeast of Saline. 14-12, Southeast of Saline, after they have started the quarter on a 6-0 run when they trailed by 4 to start the second quarter. Trojans now on defense. 5:39 left to go here before halftime. Hazelwood, little shake and bake up top. She'll play it off to Blanchett. Blanchett now to Tenley Scott. A lot of passing and a couple of dribbles out of each of these Lady Vikings. Blanchett wants a 3 from the outside. That's an air ball, no good. It'll go off the hand of Emma Zerflu, who has just checked in, and out of bounds along the baseline where Smoky Valley will keep it.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to give both teams credit. They're playing pretty darn well on the defensive end. And probably, there's a mistake.
Little help there by Zerflu, kind of bailed Southeast out. Wow, Blanchett lost her defender in Lexi Jacobson, but then Emma Zerflu got her hand in on the ball. Smoky Valley wanting a foul out of that. Southeast of Saline comes up empty on the break. Smoky Valley has it back now. 5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Lady Vikes with it, and another traveling violation. This one called here against Brianna Peterson. 10 turnovers for Smoky Valley here so far.
Yeah, that won't make a coach happy because we're not even halfway through the second quarter.
Rel Potacik with it. It is her along with Harris, Jacobson, Pearson, and Zerflu on the floor. Harris with the left wing. Looking at Zerflu, she'll take it, one dribble, get to the baseline, now to the high post to Pearson. Abigail found the soft spot in that defense and was able to take one dribble to the left, rise up and score.
That's some pretty good passing in there at that time. 3 girls touched the ball and resulted in an easy bucket.
Pearson looks like she is just in cruise control. It is one speed pretty much all the time, and she just looks so calm. Now a foul will be called against Southeast of Saline. They went some time without committing a foul after they had a cluster of them. And this one will go against Maddie Harris. For Maddie, that is her second now. So both of the primary ball handlers for Southeast of Saline, Brielle Potacik and Maddie Harris, each have 2 fouls. Free throw for Smoky Valley is up, Eva Malm. And that's good. That's their first free throw attempt of the night. Second free throw, misses, no good. That single free throw, though, broke the run for Southeast of Saline. Here's Brielle Potacik with a little head and shoulder fake off to Jacobson, and Lexi explodes to the rim and scores. A half a dozen in this quarter so far for Lexi Jacobson.
Well, you know one thing about her, she's going to the baseline.
And a turnover by Smoky Valley. 11 turnovers. Avery Castleman will check in. She will give Brielle Potacik a break.
Trying to protect her. Don't want her to get that third one too early in this quarter.
So Potacik and Harris both have 2. Harris still in there. She handles the ball right now. To Castleman, right-hand side. Boy, she had Jacobson a little bit there on a backdoor cut. Decided to keep it. High post to Pearson. Abigail has to fight for it. Now she's out beyond the three-point line. Tries to get it back to Harris, and that's going to be knocked away. 5th turnover for Southeast of Saline, but that's their first one in quite some time. There's Hazelwood for 3. Misses everything, out of bounds. Back to Southeast of Saline.
Well,
I don't know that there's anybody on this Smoky Valley team that doesn't have the green light the way they're playing.
They're not afraid to shoot it.
Southeast with it back. Zerflu with it. She'll drive baseline, get by the defender. Missed the shot, though. Poor angle at the board. She wasn't able to use it. Back the other way comes Blanchett. Blanchett leading a 2-on-2 break. Gets to the rim, and it's going to be swatted out of there by Avery Castleman. Way to stand up on defense there by the senior. 3 minutes left to go. Castleman in transition. Shoots the 16-footer and splashes it home. Avery Castleman's first bucket of the night. This lead for Southeast now has grown to 7, 20-13. They have had moments like this, Coach, over the past 2 years, this being the 3rd year, where they just handcuff the other team and just don't give up points.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think you got to give Shauna credit, man. She does a heck of a job with these girls. They're everywhere on defense. I mean, you're going to give up some open looks, but they don't give up very many.
They have so far here in this second quarter yielded 1 point, and that has helped them go from being down by 4 to leading by 7. Castleman with it as they swing it around the perimeter. Here's a screen by Pearson. They wanted Avery. She's going to be covered up, though, and now the ball poked and taken away. Tenley Scott out in the open. Jump step, layup, missed it. Castleman will clean it up. Avery has it. Now she'll play it out to Reagan Getz. He'll get out quickly to Maddie Harris. Maddie didn't see numbers back the other way. She'll run offense here. We approach the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Maddie will drive, now play it out to Pearson, then go set the screen. Pearson in the paint. Gets bumped there. Now she's going to play it back out top. Harris likes the 3, top of the circle, and there it is. Maddie Harris has 5 in the quarter. This run continues for Southeast, now leading by 10. Hazelwood looked at the 3. She'll give it up. Peterson will take it, and that's off the backboard. 2 3-pointers. 2 of the 3 that they have made have gone off the backboard, and we are at another timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. 23-16. Southeast of Saline leading it here right before halftime on KINA.
Your hard-working John Deere compact utility tractor deserves to be taken care of. And right now is the best time to get your equipment serviced at Prairie Land Partners. Choose from a silver or gold service package on compact tractors under 100 horsepower. Plus, they are offering hauling specials for your convenience. Visit prairielandpartners.com or call today to get your equipment serviced by a John Deere certified technician.
Delivering the right solution. Prairie Land Partners.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
When we started the second quarter, Smoky Valley led 12-8. Southeast of Saline won a 15-1 run. That was stopped by a 3-pointer that went off the backboard by Brianna Peterson in Smoky Valley. Now it's a 7-point Trojan lead. 90 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. We'll talk to Bryson Flax at halftime, see what's coming up for the guys after a big victory on Friday night against Heston. Southeast now has custody of the number 1 spot in Class 3A, according to the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. Here's a drive by Reagan Getz, who rises up and scores her first bucket of the quarter.
Well, I think the Trojans have discovered something here because most of our layup attempts have been from the baseline.
Yes, absolutely. Here's a 3-pointer by Smoky Valley that is out of bounds, but it's saved by Southeast, and it starts a break. Harris, too hot off the hands of Reagan Getz. Maddie saw her down low, and that ball had a vapor trail coming off of it as she tried to hit her on the backside of the goal on the left block. Now Harris will come out. Keep in mind, she has 2 fouls, so again, Coach Smith protecting her 2 ball handlers here on the bench. Jacobson checks back in for Harris for this last minute.
Yeah, if we can get by this next 50 seconds without either one of those 2 girls in the game and still maintain a lead, we're in good shape.
Good defense here again. It's man-to-man being applied by Southeast of Saline. Clock down to 38. Hazelwood has it. She's working on Castleman. Avery's been really good defensively tonight. Here's a 3-pointer, up and good. Clara McElroy, her first 3-pointer of the night, second basket. 25-19. Abigail Pearson has it for Southeast of Saline. 20 seconds left to go here before the intermission break. She'll play it left, out high, now to Castleman. Clock down to 13. Avery floats back to the middle of the floor. Clock down to 10. Pearson has it on the right-hand side, still 6 feet behind the line. Now to Jacobson, clock down to 5. Now back to Avery Castleman, clock down to 3. She'll play to Reagan, gets it stolen away, and Hazelwood will shoot it from half court at the buzzer, and that is no good, and we are at halftime. 25-19 is our score. Southeast of Saline with a really good second quarter to play, and they will take a 2-possession lead into the locker room here at halftime. We are at the Knopf Auto Truck and Restoration halftime report. When we come back, we'll have numbers from the first half. We'll also have a conversation with Bryson Flax. It's coming up. We are at halftime. Lady Trojans lead at 25-19 here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Flanell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at Southeast of Saline, we are at halftime, brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. And A halftime score here for the girls of 25-19. It was 12-8 at the end of the first quarter. Then Southeast opened on a 15-1 run to get back out in front. A couple of three-pointers there by Smoky Valley, keeping them close as we are at halftime now, 25-19. Southeast of Saline with the lead. Time now for our chat with Bryson Flax as we head back to Friday on what was really kind of a weird night, Coach, and I think it's safe to say tonight is your home opener here on your home floor, right? It's not very often you get two home openers, but that's kind of the case after Friday. You get a big, big win over Heston, 56-46, and you and I talked in postgame. You can slice that however you want and say Heston lost 4 starters and they're not as good this year. I don't buy it. They're 70-4 over the last 3 seasons. They are back-to-back defending state champions in Class 3A, and you were able to get a 10-point win. Your thoughts on Friday?
Yeah, they're going to win a lot of games this year, too. They've got a good roster. They're trying to tweak some things offensively, and you can't forget that, Coach Roth, it's his first year in the driver's seat, and there's a transition phase with that, but they're really strong, and they're going to continue to be strong. But I thought our guys did a good job after we moved of refocusing, and then when the tip went off, we were pretty good. Defensively, we were good. We had a couple lapses, but nothing that's not correctable. And offensively, we were sluggish a little bit, forced a couple shots, turned the ball over too much, but that's to be expected when you practice together for a total of 8 practices. So I was really happy with our first game showing.
You were really good coming out of the locker room at halftime. You built the lead up to as much as 16 points in the third quarter, and I really want to talk about Nakari Morkel-Palmer because it doesn't matter what box you look at in his line, whether it's points, whether it's rebounds, steals, blocks, whatever. He was sensational on Friday.
He really was, and it's so funny how things work. His recruitment, he wants to play college basketball, and his recruitment's been really slow, and not a lot of people, either know about him or really give him a shot because of who he plays for, essentially. But after the other night, after he had 13, and 6 and 4 or whatever it was, boy, I tell you, I got 3 or 4 texts the next day. So, I'm pretty sure that he's going to get a lot of interest going forward. But he's the type of kid that can take over a game without scoring a bucket. We've talked about this before. It's just his rebounding ability to see it come off the rim before it does, and be in the right position. And truthfully, his ability to pass the basketball with either hand is equally as impressive. He'll fling it with his right or his left, and that creates a lot of guys that can't do that, can't make those passes. They may see it, but they can't make the pass because they don't have the capabilities. But he does. He's a special talent, and we're lucky to have him.
I actually made the comment during the third quarter. Actually, I think it might have been the second quarter where he kind of put the team on his back when Eli was in foul trouble. There might have been some CADA people in that gym watching that game that would like to see him stay in that gym and keep playing as the career goes on next year.
Yeah, definitely. There were 3 coaches from that league in there, and more text me the next day. So, it's going to start taking off for him as long as he can be consistent.
Let's talk about that, too. You've relied on Eli Sawyers for a lot of offense over the last 3 years. He has been a steady portion of your offense through his freshman, junior, and senior years, or freshman, sophomore, and junior. Now he's a senior. He gets in early foul trouble and just kind of threw his night off. And before, we've seen sometimes the wheels fall off of your team, and you take a transition period trying to get over that. That didn't happen, though, on Friday.
No, it didn't, and I think a lot of that has to do with maturity. We've got some guys that really grew up in the past 2 years, and some guys that are willing to step into uncomfortable roles for him, and I think that makes us extremely tough. Eli knows that he struggled. He and I had that conversation, and I told Eli, it's not about 8 points, right? It's more about 1 rebound, or it's more about 4 turnovers, and he assured me he'll be better, and I obviously trust that he will be.
Right now, you moved into that number one spot, and I know at this point in the season that means as much as coal in your stocking when that Christmas rolls around that you're not really concerned about that. You're concerned about the Smoky Valley Vikings here coming up in this gym here tonight. What do you know about the Vikings? They're usually a scrappy group.
They are, and they got beat up a little bit against Abilene. Abilene shot the brakes off the ball though, and that doesn't bode well when you're playing zone a lot, but they come at you with a little more pressure than they did last year, and then obviously they've got some experience. They've got a lot of guys back off that team that we met at Sub-State last year, and I think if you let them get comfortable, they're going to be pretty good. If they're going to try and keep you guessing, but if you can make decisions quick and get in the right stuff quick, we like our chances.
Should be a great game. What do you want to see out of your guys? I know it's still early in the season. It's not really so much your opponent that you're worried about. What do you want to see out of your guys tonight?
Well, a big thing for us is we gave up a bunch of offensive rebounds last year, and the Gus Griffin kid's back, and he had a bunch of them, and he did as well against Abilene. He had 5 offensive rebounds. So one of those things, we got to keep him off the glass and don't let him get sloppy extra opportunities and really get after him defensively.
Good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Devin.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys getting ready to take on the Smoky Valley Vikings. We're at halftime of the girls' contest. We'll take 90 seconds and then back with third quarter action. Southeast of Saline leading Smoky Valley here at the break in girls 25-19 as you listen to it right here on KINA.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
Hunters, don't miss the 2023 Whitetail Summit. This is an opportunity to hear from some of the most highly regarded experts in the whitetail management field. Our event will feature Dr. Bronson Strickland from Mississippi State University and Don Higgins, founder of Real World Wildlife and co-host of the Chasing Giants podcast, as well as Wes Delks, a Higgins outdoor consultant. This event will include a meal and exclusive show specials from our sponsors. Doors open at 9:30 a.m. Saturday, February 18th at the Tony's Pizza Event Center. Go to phillipsseed.com for more details.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Downtown Gypsum. So far, 6 different Southeast of Saline players have scored. It's a lot like it was Friday night. Lexi Jacobson with 6, 5 points for Maddie Harris and Abigail Pearson, 4 points for Reagan Getz, 3 points for Brielle Potachik, 2 points for Avery Castleman. Smoky Valley being led in scoring by Adrian Hazelwood with 7, Clara McElroy with 5. Southeast of Saline will start out with a 6-point lead. They also have the basketball. Pick and roll. Lexi Jacobson down low, got her ball blocked from behind on a really good defensive play by Adrian Hazelwood. Smoky Valley brings it the other way. Hazelwood looked at the 3, but she already dribbled the basketball, and she will be caught with a double dribble situation. Coach, what do you think here in the second half? What are your new image audio keys to success for Southeast?
Well, Southeast has to be patient like they have been, get the good looks and not rush anything. And they're going to be balanced. There's no question about that.
Brielle Potachik unleashes a 3. That one misses, but Reagan Getz with an offensive rebound, plays it to Maddie Harris. Harris drives in. Her shot won't go, and this time the rebound being secured by the Vikings from Linsport.
And, I just said that, and both of those shots were good shots.
Yeah.
There's nothing hurried about them. They were both in rhythm.
We've seen Southeast also kind of keep Smoky Valley on their heels a little bit. They played a little 1-3-1. They've played some man-to-man. They've played some zone. They're just kind of mixing it up right now on the Vikings, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. That was a nice move inside, though. The girl posted up from Smoky Valley, and we couldn't do anything about it. And there's a turnover by Reagan.
Gets lost the basketball after Blanchette scores. Adrian Hazelwood now steps through the defender. Missed the shot. It gets up on a loose ball, though, and Blanchette scores her second straight basket. So a quick 4-0 sprint here for Smoky Valley has made this a 2-point Southeast of Saline lead. Good start to the second half here by the Lady Vikings. Gets for three. Rings the bell. It bounced around and thought about it, but the second thought was, I'm going to go in. 6 points. 7 now for Reagan Getz. That was a big shot.
It was a big shot. She was wide open and took her time. Like you said, though, it used every bit of the rim.
Well, you kind of do one of those, right? Smoky Valley has 2 that have gone off the window and in, so you hope that evens out after a while. Chapman's playing Sacred Heart tonight, one of the area games we'll keep an eye on as we check the Bennington State Bank scoreboard at halftime of the girls' contest. Chapman leading 34-24 over the Sacred Heart Lady Knights. Here it's 28-23, 2 minutes into the second half. Southeast of Saline leading. There's a drive along the baseline. Shot up, no good, but again, Blanchette down low, put it back in. She has all 6 Smoky Valley points.
And I mentioned that before the game. We have to find a way to keep those girls off the offensive glass.
3-pointer by Pearson, taken away by Smoky Valley. Blanchette up the floor, missed the layup. Boy, she was leading the break there. Sped up a little too much and missed on her 7th and 8th points of the quarter. 28-25, Southeast of Saline leading by 3. Here's a drive and a dish out for a 3-pointer. That's an air ball from McElroy. Again, though, Smoky Valley keeps it. Boy, the Lady Vikings winning the rebounding battle and the loose ball battle right now. Blanchette inside off of a missed 3 is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line for 2.
I think that foul was on Brielle. Tough break.
That is number 3 for Brielle Potachik. Not a lot of free throws to talk about in this game here tonight. Southeast of Saline is 1 of 1. Smoky Valley is 1 of 2. And this one missing by Katja Blanchette. Second one also misses. Rebound, Southeast of Saline, Maddie Harris. Southeast up the floor quickly. Gets with the ball above her head. Now to Jacobson. Let's see a couple lightning quick jab steps. Now off to Pearson. Abigail wants to drive, and she's going to collect the foul from Adrian Hazelwood, her second. Free throws coming up for Abigail Pearson.
That's a fearless freshman right there.
She is.
She took that thing like she knew where she was going, how to get there.
You can almost see it in her actions on what she's doing. She evaluates mismatches really quick, doesn't she? And that's one thing I've noticed about her that I am super impressed with early on. She missed the first free throw. Second one coming up. Getz will come out and take a break. Second free throw also will not go down. Score remains 28-25. 5 minutes left to play here in the third. On Friday night, we'll hit the road for the first time. Go to Beloit. Always an interesting league matchup before the holiday break. Here's a drive and a shot at the basket. That's no good by Peterson, but she gets her own rebound. Smoky Valley will keep it after it's knocked out of bounds by Castleman on the sideline.
Could have very easily been called over the back on Smoky Valley because we had pretty good position, but that's okay. I like to let them have the refs let them play a little bit.
Here's a drive and a kick out. Ends up with Hazelwood, three-pointer. High bounce off the back of the rim on the miss. Maddie Harris there to pull it down. Maddie wants to start the break. Long pass to Jacobson. Lexi slams on the brakes and kisses it off the window. Boy, that play, a lot of athleticism on both ends. Harris with a pass.
That was a nice pass.
Jacobson now has 8. 30-25. We approach the halfway mark of the third quarter. Lob pass over the top, looking for Blanchette. Here comes a Trojan double team, and they knock it away. Pearson falls down, but then flips it over her shoulder to Harris. Here comes Castleman with it. Through the defense, Potachik. She'll slam on the brakes and unleash a three. No good. Rebound just over the right hand of Avery Castleman. Smoky Valley lost the ball in transition, but they get it back, and they play it to Hazelwood. Over to left-hand side to Malm. Back top of the circle now to Hazelwood. They go back into Blanchette. Boy, they are not making any qualms about getting the ball inside, and she's going to turn and be fouled once again. 2 free throws coming up. 6 points in the quarter. She's the only Smoky Valley player to score in this quarter. She is 0 of 2 from the free throw line.
And you know, Devin, that's probably their ticket right there, is to get it inside to her. Because the Southeast defense is just pretty darn good on the perimeter, not allowing them to do much of anything.
She is 0 of 3 from the free throw line after missing that one. Into the game, returning is Tenley Scott for Smoky Valley. Reagan Getz comes in, and there's some conversation about this foul. Shauna Smith asking about the foul call because they said it was Brielle Potachik. If that is true, it's Brielle's 4th.
I didn't even think Brielle was in the mix.
I didn't either. Blanchett makes the 4th of her free throw attempts. She's now 1 of 4. So Brielle goes to the bench with 4 fouls. Gets with it up top. She's going to cross over the defender and blow right by. Misses the layup, though, on the left-hand side. Blanchett with the rebound. Might have got away with a carry coming out of the shoot. Now she'll play it to Hazelwood. Kick out left-hand side. Nothing there. Pearson defensively with a presence. Here's Scott for 3. Top of the circle. She knocked it home. Her first basket of the game. The 6th Smoky Valley player to score in this game. And it's a 1-point contest with 3 minutes left to go in the third. Now a bump foul called against Smoky Valley. This will go against Hazelwood. Now she has 3. They will quickly get her out of the contest, it looks like. Brianna Peterson coming into the game for Adrian Hazelwood. So you wonder what Smoky Valley is going to be now with Hazelwood on the bench.
And you look who's guarding Pearson right now.
Yeah.
That might be a little mismatch.
Reagan Getz wanting to go to the rim, puts on the brakes, throws it in reverse on a nice little drop step the opposite way, and scores. Boy, that was a pretty move from Reagan.
It certainly was.
32-29, back to a 3-point lead. Here's a three-pointer again off the backboard. Are you kidding me? Eva Malm. That's the 3rd three-pointer Smoky Valley has hit off the window here in this game. Maddie Harris with the blow-by and the layup takes the lead back for Southeast of Saline. Smoky Valley gets into the lane. Blanchett up over the top of Castleman, gets the rebound.
Again.
Now she's over the top of Pearson, and they're going to call this one. Blanchett on the foul, going over the top. You can go over the top. You can also go over the back. You just can't make contact while you do the such.
And the first time she did go straight up, she just taller and the ball was higher. And second time, though, no contest.
Second foul on Blanchett. 2:05 left to go here in the third. Here's a cut into the lane by Pearson. Gets her the ball. Abigail throws on the brakes, tries to get it off the window. That won't go. And the rebound taken in by Katja Blanchett. 34-32. Smoky Valley trailing by 2 with the basketball. Lob pass back inside to Blanchett. She wants to turn a little scoop shot that won't go.
She's over the back again.
Onto the back of Abigail Pearson. And again, we have to give Pearson her credit because she is a youngster in there boxing out.
Yeah, she doesn't act or play like a freshman.
3 fouls now on Blanchett. Here's a quick pass inside to Jacobson. Up and under. She tries to get it after the ball fake. That won't go. Castleman with a big rebound. Harris for 3! And it goes in. Maddie Harris made it rain from the outside. We're going to have a foul on Southeast inside, but the basket will count. Or are they going to call this foul on Smoky Valley?
I think it's on Smoky Valley.
This might be a twofer here for Southeast. No. Foul is on Jacobson, and we go the other way, but the three-pointer does count for Maddie Harris. The official called the girls back for a baseline inbounds. That's why we were confused there. Jacobson gets her second foul. What a quarter, huh?
A good quarter.
Here's Smoky Valley driving. Tenley Scott's runner won't go. Maddie Harris with yet another rebound. Harris, long pass up the floor. Castleman has it, left-hand sideline of the Southeast offense. Back to Harris, stop and pop from 12. That won't go. Jacobson with the putback. That won't go either. And it's going to be collected in by Blanchett. She's going to bring it up herself. Now plays it off to the left. Peterson has it to the trailing Tenley Scott up high. Under a minute left to go in the third. Loose ball. Scott will pick it up shoot it from 2. That won't go. And Jacobson with another rebound. Off to Maddie Harris. Harris had a chaser. She put on the brakes and let her go by. 42 seconds left to go here in the third period. Southeast setting everybody up. Free throw line or higher. Harris up top. Now we'll get help from Reagan Getz. Clock to 33. Playing for one last shot here to close out the third quarter. 37-32 is the score. This game was tied at 32. Southeast of Saline currently on a little mini 5-0 run. 20 seconds left to go. Getz has it. 2 Vikings with her. Now they'll split and match up. Getz will play it to Castleman. Clock down to 12. Back to Maddie Harris. Harris will start the motion here with 8 left on the clock. Here's Castleman, top of the circle, and she throws it away again. Boy, that's the second time Southeast has been in position to put points on the board, and they have committed a turnover, and this one ends up in points. Clara McElroy all the way down the floor, and a big stand there by Smoky Valley on defense. They have pulled this game back to within 3. 37-34 our score. You're listening and watching on SalinaPost.com to live stream video. Southeast of Saline and Smoky Valley's Lady Vikings, brought to you by Salina Ortho.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
37-34 is our score. Southeast of Saline leads it by 3. Smoky Valley starts out with the basketball. Devin Haney, Francis Flax here at Southeast of Saline. Adrian Hazelwood has the basketball for the Vikings. She is out there with Eva Malm, who's got more playing time here in the second half. Also Clara McElroy, Tenley Scott, and Brianna Peterson. Smoky Valley throws it away on their opening possession. It's Maddie Harris, Abigail Pearson, Avery Castleman, Reagan Getz, Lexi Jacobson for Southeast of Saline. Jacobson has it in the left-hand corner along the baseline. Now back out to Harris. They'll go to Castleman for 3. Too strong, no good. Pearson trying to run it down. She puts pressure on the Smoky Valley player who saves it to Lexi Jacobson. Jacobson's shot won't go. And now the rebound off of a Smoky Valley player out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast of Saline. They will have it underneath their own basket.
Well, it was a good look. Castleman just got to hit that shot.
Harris with it underneath. Looking for somebody to go to. She'll find Reagan Getz. Getz wants to drive. Stopped, got a little contact, but then they're going to say she shuffled her foot as she was kind of standing flamingo style on one leg and got caught with the travel. 1 minute in to the fourth quarter. Hazelwood has it. Now she'll flip it over to Tenley Scott. She wants to drive. Little curl pass back into the paint to Blanchett, and a foul will be called on the floor against Abigail Pearson. That is going to be Abba's first foul. Three-pointer off the inbounds. High arcing shot. Splashes home. That's Tenley Scott.
Yep.
37-37. Reagan gets down the floor, has her shot blocked, but then it goes off of Get's arm and out of bounds. So Smoky Valley gets it back here, all knotted up.
You know, Devin, that was a good drive. Had she put it in her left hand, she would have had a shot at that.
There's a three-pointer by Smoky Valley. That's an air ball, no good. Again, it's Blanchett and Pearson battling for the rebound. Pearson's going to win, but then she loses the basketball. It's underneath Smoky Valley's basket. Tinley Scott ends up with it. Free shot for her won't go. Avery Castleman has the ball, and now Pearson is knocked out of bounds. That is Adrian Hazelwood, and that is number 4. So 4 fouls on Adrian Hazelwood. It's also the 5th team foul against Smoky Valley. Hazelwood will have to step out. I realize Hazelwood has not scored since the first quarter, but they were different in the third quarter when she went out of the game.
Yes, they were. You don't know how this is going to play out now without her down the stretch. I'm sure that about the 3-minute mark, she'll be back in there.
Brielle Potacek back into the game. Here's a nice little up and under move, and it ends up in a pass from Abigail Pearson to Maddie Harris. That was Harris, right?
Yes, it was Harris.
Saw her and Jacobson in the same area, but I thought it was Maddie there. Baker's dozen for Maddie Harris here in this game.
She's playing very well, both ends of the floor.
Lob pass inside to Blanchett. She is in the middle of 3 Southeast of Saline players, and it doesn't matter. She's going to score 9 points, all in the second half here for Katja Blanchett. 39-39. Now a steal by Blanchett. She crossed it over, got it away from Jacobson. Castleman the only one back. They're going to bounce pass around her and finish the break. It's a 2-point lead for Smoky Valley as Tinley Scott finishes off of the Southeast of Saline turnover.
A couple careless passes there on the offensive end by us, but, part of the game.
30-second timeout. We'll step away. 5:28 left to go. Smoky Valley leads it by 2 for the first time in a while here on KINA.
At home or on the road, K4 Garage will keep you moving. With over 12 years of mechanic experience, owner Nick Trout will diagnose and repair your engine to keep you in the game. Full-service gas, diesel, or tires. K4 Garage also has a fully stocked convenience store with snacks and drinks. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 6, Saturday from 9 until 3. Trust K4 Garage with keeping you on the road. And if it has oil, they can change it at K4 Garage in Gypsum.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Boy, a good game, especially here in the second half. These two teams really testing each other. Smoky Valley with a 2-point lead, 41-39. Southeast of Saline with the basketball. 5:20 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jacobson with a little ball fake, floats into the paint, shot up, won't go, crawls off. Castleman battling for the rebound, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Smoky Valley. It will stay with the Lady Trojans on their own baseline.
Castleman's done a lot of nice things defensively tonight and on the boards a little bit. She's got to get her offense going.
She catches the inbounds pass, plays it to Harris, now to Potacek, who was the inbounder, and Brielle knocks the 3. Second basket of the game for Brielle Potacek. Those 2 baskets along with a free throw. She has 6. That was a huge shot.
Got to keep her on the floor now.
42-41 is the score. Here's Blanchett inside. Loose ball. She collects it and scores again. She has 11 here in the second half. Back to a 1-point Lady Viking lead. Harris down the floor, goes to Jacobson, and she got caught with quick feet. Traveling violation called against Lexi Jacobson. Castleman will come out here. So your Southeast of Saline lineup is Maddie Harris, Brielle Potacek, Lexi Jacobson, Abigail Pearson, Reagan Getz. 4:35 left to play. Here's Malm. Plays it to Scott. Now to Hazelwood, who did not stay out long after collecting that 4th foul. She's back in there. Lob pass over the top to Blanchett. She missed the shot, and Pearson stayed exactly where she was and got the over-the-back foul.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pearson's doing a good job on her. They are lobbing it over the top, but she's not doing anything silly. She's just standing her ground, trying to box her out, so if the ball misses, she has a chance.
And I think it has to be a little bit of relief here for Shauna Smith, as if she didn't know this already, that she has somebody that can get in there and battle with 6 foot plus. Because that's what Abigail Pearson has done tonight. Potacek looked at a 3, passed it up, wanted to go to Jacobson, but Jacobson already checked out. It's going to be saved by Maddie Harris. Harris has the ball currently as we go halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Little backdoor cut by Brielle Potacek, and Harris drops a dime on her. It's a 1-point Southeast lead. Good offense there by the Lady Trojans. Matching up now, man-to-man. Pearson still down on the block with Katja Blanchett, but she's getting help. There's a handoff out to Peterson. Peterson takes a drive, puts a shot up, no good. Jacobson with a rebound. 44-43. Here come the Lady Trojans leading by 1. 3:18 left to play. Getz comes out beyond the three-point line. Now she's going to cross over, go back to the paint. Her shot won't go. Good drive, just couldn't finish. Smoky Valley on the right-hand side of their offense. Eva Malm with it. Gets to the paint, now flips it out. Tinley Scott for 3. You can't let her have that shot. She will make it. 8 points in the quarter for Tinley Scott. That's back to a 2-point Smoky Valley lead. Maddie Harris down the floor, and they're going to call a player control foul. I didn't see that.
I didn't either, and if I was Maddie, I'd do it again because that was a good drive. She got her chest into the defensive player. Just the way they called it this time. Next time, they'll probably call it the other way.
2:52 left to go. It's a full timeout taken by Smoky Valley. The Lady Vikings lead it by 2 here on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
Hunters, not only can we fill up your tanks 24/7, but we've stocked ammo for your sporting needs. Our wide variety will get you stocked up. We have new orders coming every week. Whether it's opening day or to shoot clay, we've got what you're looking for. We have the largest selection of ammunition in southern Saline County. During regular business hours, you can get your favorite pizza and snacks to have enough energy to win the day. Assyria Oil and Hardware, located in Assyria at the corner of Center and Main. We'll fill you up.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Back here for the final 3 minutes at southeast of Saline. Lady Trojans trailing it against Smoky Valley 46-44. Lady Vikings have the basketball in the lead. Tinley Scott just hit the big 3 that put Smoky Valley out in front. Inside to Blanchett. Her shot up, won't go. Addison Rohr comes soaring in and gets the rebound. Harris up the floor to Jacobson. Lexi slams on the brakes, now goes back at the rim. Can't score, and it's going to be taken in by Blanchett. I think Addison Rohr got hit in the face. She's asking to come out, and the official is going to stop play here. She is not even going to stop at the bench and go all the way to the locker room. So Abigail Pearson will come back in.
Well, there's a lot of contact there on that drive.
(46-44), Smoky Valley with that 2-point lead. They have not led a lot of this game, but they've been hanging around, and a chance to be in this position. A traveling violation.
2 minutes, Devin. 2 minutes. Going down to the wire.
And I'll tell you another thing, Coach, it's made a difference after turning it over 12 times in the first half. That is only the 3rd turnover for Smoky Valley here in the second half.
Yeah, they've done a much better job.
2 minutes left to go. As you said, Maddie Harris with it off the flip from Jacobson. Harris setting it up, 1-4 high again. Everybody free throw line or higher. Patachi comes through off the pick. Now gets it to Getz. Getz back to her. Brielle for 3. That won't go. Rebound inside. Jacobson. Her putback won't go. It's bothered on the deflection. Pearson, excuse me, leaves it off on the left side for Getz. Boy, what a beautiful rebound and pass by Abigail Pearson. 46-46. 90 seconds left to go. Smoky Valley with the basketball. So dangerous from the three-point line, but they throw it away. Back-to-back turnovers for the Lady Vikes. Southeast of Saline now has it. Pearson with it to Harris. Shauna Smith calling a play. And a timeout. Full timeout. We'll take it as well. 74 seconds remain. We are tied at 46. Back with more here on KINA.
Kansas Wesleyan University is proud to offer bachelor's degrees in criminal justice and emergency management with both programs available on campus and online. Graduates have gone on to positions in the Secret Service, various police departments, the Kansas Court of Appeals, and to serve as county officials right here in the Sunflower State. Want to know more? Visit kwu.edu today. That's kwu.edu.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawnsalina.com.
1:14 left to go. You have the basketball in your hands. It's a tie game on your home floor. Coach, what is your strategy here?
Well, I tell you what, you got to be patient with it. You move it around the perimeter a little bit. You set a pick. And what's happened the last 2 or 3 times for Southeast, they've had a nice little backdoor cut, and the other girls have found them, and we've had some easy scores off of that. That's what got us back in it.
And hopefully if you're Southeast, you learn from your mistakes. You try to close out the second quarter and the third quarter with the last possession and threw it away both times. They're going to call over the back here, but that is not a backcourt call.
No,
she never established herself in the front court.
No, it is not a backcourt call. It shouldn't have been.
A couple of those in the JV game that they called, too, that were not good calls. 46-46. Southeast called with the turnover there. Smoky Valley now in control. 1 minute left to play. Hazelwood drives her way all the way to the baseline. Now she flips it back out. It's beyond the three-point line now. Tinley Scott has it. Over to the right-hand side. Peterson. Back to Scott in the corner. Scott looking for Peterson down low. They get it to Blanchett. Blanchett's shot won't go. Might have got away with another over the back foul there. But Smoky Valley keeps possession in a traveling violation on Eva Malm. 5 turnovers now for Smoky Valley. They have turned it over on 3 consecutive possessions.
Well, we got to make sure we get the throw in this time.
After Southeast, you go right back to the play call that you just had out of the timeout, right?
I think so.
You didn't have a chance to run it last time after the bogus backcourt call. Maddie Harris has it now. She'll go high post to Lexi Jacobson. Lexi on a weave to Reagan Getz. Gets the layup. Reagan Getz has just put Southeast of Saline up by 2. She has 13 in the game. 24 seconds left to go. Southeast of Saline leads at 48-46. No look pass in the paint to Blanchett. And they're going to call a pushing foul on Adrian Hazelwood that will turn the ball over to Southeast of Saline. Hazelwood got rid of the basketball across the paint. It was a beautiful pass, and then got called with the contact on the push after the ball was unloaded. So now Southeast will have it back with 19.8 seconds left, and Adrian Hazelwood has fouled out.
Well, it was definitely a charge. Even a guy with poor eyesight could have called that.
7 points for Adrian Hazelwood. Give credit to Southeast of Saline's defense. She did not score outside of the first quarter. She had 25 against Abilene on Friday night. And Smoky Valley is going to send Southeast of Saline to the free throw line here early. Again, not a lot of free throws in this game. Southeast of Saline, to this point, they're 1 of 3. They've only shot 3 free throws. And this will be Maddie Harris for a 1-and-1. Front end on the way, won't go. Blanchett with the rebound. She's going to bring it all the way up the floor by herself, gets into the paint, layup won't go, calls out Harris with the rebound. And another reaching foul here by Smoky Valley, and Harris will go back to the free throw line. Right now, Maddie's got to be wondering what the heck is going on, because she is 0 for 3 on front ends of 1-and-1s dating back to Friday.
Well, as many times as we were at that free throw line this summer, she ought to know better than that.
She has a chance for another one here and a chance to redeem herself. 6.9 seconds on the clock. Of course, if she gets them both, it's over. She needs to get the first one, though.
She gets one, it puts a lot of pressure on them.
First one for Harris, too strong, no good. Rebound being fought for. Reagan gets in there with it, and the tie-up is going to keep it with Southeast of Saline. Give Getz all the credit in the world on that rebound. She tied it up, and she will keep possession for Southeast here. 6 seconds left to play. Southeast protecting a 2-point lead. They need to get it inbounds. Brielle Potacik way up high. Reagan Getz was unattended. Now she will hand it off to Maddie Harris. Harris back to the timeline. Will play it to Getz. Getz with .2, and she is fouled, but that's not going to matter. The clock has expired. Southeast of Saline gets one back from a season ago. They defeat the Smoky Valley Lady Vikings 48-46. Remember back with just about 90 seconds left in this game, Smoky Valley led it 46-44, but Southeast scores the last 4 points of the game. 48-46 our final score. When we come back here on postgame, we will go through our Vernon Jewelers Gym of the game. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Center. It's coming up next here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina has something for everyone on your shopping list. They offer a vast variety of fine jewelry options and are committed to providing a highest quality service at a fair price. Free checks and cleaning on your jewelry. Check out the large selection of American Darling purses made right here in the USA. Enjoy 20% off store-wide Friday until Christmas Day. Excludes loose diamonds and repairs. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina, where it's the little things that matter since 1884.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Time now for the Trojan postgame show on KINA. Stick around for the game recap, final stats, and reaction from the coach. This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Back here on the Commercial Tire Center's post-game show, 48-46. Southeast of Saline gets the victory. Lady Trojans now move to 2-0. And there were a couple of really nice runs by the Lady Trojans here in this game. They trailed by 4 at the end of the first quarter, but then opened with a 15-1 run in the second quarter to take a 6-point lead into halftime. They also had a 5-0 run in the third quarter when this game was tied at 32 to take a 37-32 run, but they closed the game on a 4-0 run after trailing by 2 to get the 2-point victory. I saw a resilient squad tonight for Southeast of Saline as these girls finding themselves in some new roles and some new responsibilities without the 3 seniors that they had last year, and they really weren't going to lose this game, were they?
No. Every time that Smoky Valley made a run, even got ahead by a basket, we responded in a positive way. And that's all you can ask for. And, it could have been over with about a minute to go if we hit a couple free throws. But that's part of the game that you never know about. But the thing I like about them is they play as a team.
Absolutely, and they get the victory tonight, 48-46. Reagan Getz leads the way. She's the Vernon Jewelers Gym of the game tonight. Reagan hit the go-ahead layup to go up 48-46. It was a nice little kind of a cluster play, a couple of cuts at the free throw line. Lexi Jacobson drove right at her, handed the basketball off, then Reagan came off that pick and that pass and was able to get all the way to the cup. It was not an easy shot that Reagan Getz made there at the end.
And you're right. I don't know who set the pick for her on the left side of the lane, but she rolled off of there, and I think it was Lexi, you said, that handed her the ball, basically. Yep. And it was a tough shot, and it went in.
So Getz with the game winner. She gets the Vernon Jewelers Gym of the game with 13 points. Maddie Harris with 12. 8 points for Burrell Potachik, who said a lot tonight on the bench. She still had 8. Had a key 3-pointer in the fourth quarter. Also hit a big 2-pointer in that fourth quarter. Lexi Jacobson had 8. 5 points tonight for Abigail Pearson and 2 points for Avery Castleman. For Smoky Valley, they were led tonight, double-digit scoring from Tinley Scott and Katja Blanchett. Both of them had 11 points. 7 points for Adrian Hazelwood, 7 points for Clara McElroy, 7 points for Eva Mom, 3 points for Brianna Peterson. Free throw shooting, Southeast of Saline just 1 out of 5. They missed 3 front ends of 1-and-1s. Smoky Valley 2 out of 6. Not much better from the free throw line tonight. 18 turnovers for Smoky Valley. 12 of those, though, were in the first half. They only had 6 turnovers in the second half. Southeast of Saline spread their 13 turnovers out, 6 in the first half and 7 in the second half. It's a Lady Trojan victory, 48-46. Reagan Getz, our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game, leading the way with 13 points and the game winner. Now we'll turn the corner. We have guys action coming up next. We'll revisit a conversation we have with Bryson Flax. We'll do that when we come back. Pre-game starts for guys basketball at Southeast of Saline and Smoky Valley here on KINA.
Your mailbox is stuffed full and the phone keeps ringing. There are even strangers knocking at your door. Open enrollment time for Medicare and prescription drug plans is here, and it brings all kinds of unsolicited activity. Call a local firm with people you know at L&L Advisors. Plans can change pretty drastically year to year, and the agents at L&L Advisors are happy to answer your questions, give advice, and make you feel at ease. With 2 locations in Salina on Road Street and Central Mall, and on South Main and McPherson. Built on honesty and trust, call L&L Advisors today.
Hi, everyone. It's Winnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
Time now for our chat with Bryson Flax as we head back to Friday on what was really kind of a weird night, Coach, and I think it's safe to say tonight is your home opener here on your home floor, right? It's not very often you get 2 home openers, but that's kind of the case after Friday. You get a big, big win over Heston, 56-46, and you and I talked in postgame. You can slice that however you want and say Heston lost 4 starters and they're not as good this year. I don't buy it. They're 70-4 over the last 3 seasons. They are back-to-back defending state champions in Class 3A, and you were able to get a 10-point win. Your thoughts on Friday?
Yeah, they're going to win a lot of games this year, too. They've got a good roster. They're trying to tweak some things offensively, and you can't forget that, Coach Roth, it's his first year in the driver's seat, and there's a transition phase with that, but they're really strong, and they're going to continue to be strong. But I thought our guys did a good job after we moved of refocusing, and then when the tip went off, we were pretty good defensively. We were good. We had a couple lapses, but nothing that's not correctable. And offensively, we were sluggish a little bit, forced a couple shots, turned the ball over too much, but that's to be expected when you practice together for a total of 8 practices. So I was really happy with our first game showing.
You were really good coming out of the locker room at halftime. You built the lead up to as much as 16 points in the third quarter, and I really want to talk about Nakari Morkel-Palmer because it doesn't matter what box you look at in his line, whether it's points, whether it's rebounds, steals, blocks, whatever. He was sensational on Friday.
He really was, and it's so funny how things work. His recruitment, he wants to play college basketball, and his recruitment's been really slow, and not a lot of people, either know about him or really give him a shot because of who he plays for, essentially. But after the other night, after he had 13, and 6 and 4 or whatever it was, boy, I tell you, I got 3 or 4 texts the next day. So, I'm pretty sure that he's going to get a lot of interest going forward. But he's the type of kid that can take over a game without scoring a bucket. We've talked about this before. Just his rebounding ability to see it come off the rim before it does, and be in the right position. And truthfully, his ability to pass the basketball with either hand is equally as impressive. He'll fling it with his right or his left, and that creates a lot of guys that can't do that, can't make those passes. They may see it, but they can't make the pass because they don't have the capabilities. But but he does. He's a special talent, and we're lucky to have him.
I actually made the comment during the third quarter. Actually, I think it might have been the second quarter where he kind of put the team on his back when Eli was in foul trouble. There might have been some CADA people in that gym watching that game that would like to see him stay in that gym and keep playing as the career goes on next year.
Yeah, definitely. There were 3 coaches from that league in there, and more text me the next day. So, it's going to start taking off for him as long as he can be consistent.
Let's talk about that, too. You've relied on Eli Sawyers for a lot of offense over the last 3 years. He has been a steady portion of your offense through his freshman, junior, and senior years, or freshman, sophomore, and junior. Now he's a senior. He gets in early foul trouble and just kind of threw his night off. And before, we've seen sometimes the wheels fall off of your team, and you take a transition period trying to get over that. That didn't happen, though, on Friday.
No, it didn't, and I think a lot of that has to do with maturity. We've got some guys that really grew up in the past 2 years, and some guys that are willing to step into uncomfortable roles for them, and I think that makes us extremely tough. Eli knows that he struggled. He and I had that conversation, and I told Eli, it's not about 8 points, right? It's more about 1 rebound, or it's more about 4 turnovers, and he assured me he'll be better, and I obviously trust that he will be.
Right now, you moved into that number 1 spot, and I know at this point in the season that means as much as coal in your stocking when that Christmas rolls around, that you're not really concerned about that. You're concerned about the Smoky Valley Vikings here coming up in this gym here tonight. What do you know about the Vikings? They're usually a scrappy group.
They are, and they got beat up a little bit against Abilene. Abilene shot the brakes off the ball though, and that doesn't bode well when you're playing zone a lot, but they come at you with a little more pressure than they did last year, and then obviously they've got some experience. They've got a lot of guys back off that team that we met at Sub-State last year, and I think if you let them get comfortable, they're going to be pretty good. If they're going to try and keep you guessing, but if you can make decisions quick and getting the right stuff quick, we like our chances.
Should be a great game. What do you want to see out of your guys? I know it's still early in the season. It's not really so much your opponent that you're worried about. What do you want to see out of your guys tonight?
Well, a big thing for us is we gave up a bunch of offensive rebounds last year, and the Gus Griffin kid's back, and he had a bunch of them, and he did as well against Abilene. He had 5 offensive rebounds. So one of those things, we got to keep him off the glass and don't let him get sloppy extra opportunities and really get after him defensively.
Good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Devin.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Trojans. His guys getting ready to take on the Smoky Valley Vikings.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Our physicians include sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with orthopedic surgeons Drs. Travis Rump and Todd Riley, plus an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists. We're ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We are a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here at Southeast of Saline High School, getting ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. It features the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A, the Southeast of Saline Trojans, fresh out their victory, 56-46 over the Heston Swathers, taking on the Smoky Valley Vikings. They started the season out 0-1 after a loss to Abilene, 73-52 on Friday night. Before we go over starters and take a break before the national anthem, let's go over some scores on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Heston's girls tonight, they beat Rose Hill 55-16. A victory for the Heston Lady Swathers. They now move to 1-1. Clay Center's girls leading Beloit at the end of the third quarter, 36-26. And also Sacred Heart and Chapman's girls tangling tonight. At last check, Chapman led at the end of the third quarter, 44-32 over Sacred Heart. We'll keep our eye on those scores and also other scores around the area as we go through this boys game here with the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. When we come back, we'll have starters for you and the tip. It is Southeast of Saline looking for their second win of the season. They'll have to protect their home floor against the Smoky Valley Vikings. When we come back, Countdown to Tip-Off is brought to you by L&L Advisors.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Tammy Bedreau at the Bank of Tesket. If you're looking to purchase your new home in the near future, I want you to know we offer a variety of loan options to finance your home purchase. I would love an opportunity to be your lender. Give me a call or stop in today to learn more. We are local lenders making local decisions. The Bank of Tesket, committed to those we serve. MLS number 712440. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Stardust Trophy in downtown Salina is your full-service headquarters for trophies and awards for club and sporting events. But did you know Stardust Trophies also makes employee name tags with your company logo? They engrave executive awards like desk clocks and pen desk sets. They imprint artwork and photos on t-shirts, coffee mugs, mouse pads, even personal calculators. Stardust Trophy carries clear sports ball holders on wood bases for treasured or autographed balls from footballs to golf balls. Go to Full Service Stardust Trophy, 121 South Santa Fe, downtown Salina.
Everybody knows that to get the best price for your car, you have to do all the hard work and sell it yourself, right? Not really. You can go to homeauto.com and get an attractive offer on your car today. And that's whether you buy your next vehicle from us or not. Your used car is worth more today than ever. So go to homeauto.com or come into our Abilene or Salina location and get an offer for more than you might expect. It just couldn't be any easier than that. Get the best price for your vehicle today at Home Automotive. You'll be glad you did.
Stress-free holiday shopping is going on now at the Appliance Center. With supply chain issues, Speed Queen products are hard to find, but not here. The Appliance Center has a full selection of Speed Queen washers and dryers. They also have a full kitchen lineup, including ranges, refrigerators, microwaves, dishwashers, and freezers. Colder temps won't keep you from grilling with a Green Mountain Grill. Shop their full selection of grills and pellets. Holiday sales and discounts at the Appliance Center in the big red and white building on Broadway in Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Southeast of Saline High School, getting ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. It's a boys contest. Let's first go over starting lineups for the visiting Smoky Valley Vikings. Under 12th year head coach Doug Schneider, they will start Carson Peel, a 6-foot senior. He had 7 points in the opener against Abilene on Friday night. Cade Blanchett, a 6'5 senior, a returning starter also along with Carson Peel from last year's squad. Blanchett had 11 against the Cowboys on Friday night. Vincent Pickering also had 11 in their opener. He's a 6'2 senior. Kean Blanchett, a 6'4 junior, and Gus Griffith, the rebound machine inside for the Vikings. He is a 6'4 senior for the Smoky Valley Vikings, who come in looking for their first win. For Southeast of Saline's Trojans, after a big victory over Heston on Friday night, they are the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A, according to the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. Led by Bryson Flax, Trent Douglas, and Joe Ross, they will start Eli Sawyers, a 6'5 senior. He had 8 points in the opener. Had foul trouble most of the night against the Heston Swathers on Friday. Nakari Moracle-Palmer was a flat-out stud on Friday. He had 13 points, 13 rebounds, a bunch of steals, a bunch of blocks, and really played well against the Heston Swathers. He is a 6'2 senior. Drake Augustine is a 5'10 senior. He's in the starting lineup along with Daniel Kerr, a 5'10 junior, and Luke Gebhardt, a 6'1 junior for the Southeast of Saline Trojans. Southeast of Saline looking to protect their home floor for the first time this year, Coach. I joked with Bryson, this is almost like another home opener, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. circumstances the other night didn't allow us to play. But we persevered and got through it, and here we are.
What a great job again by everybody involved in that situation, getting those games in on Friday. We take a check of the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Updates rolling in. A final in girls play. The Chapman Lady Irish, they defeat Sacred Heart tonight, 55-45. In that game, I believe it was over in Chapman, part of their preseason tournament. The last check, we saw the Clay Center Lady Tigers, perennially a good team. They were leading the Beloit Lady Trojans by 10. We will be in Beloit on Friday night to open league play against the Trojans. Both of these teams for Southeast of Saline have pretty healthy winning streaks in league play. Southeast of Saline girls are up in the 20 pluses, I think 26. Southeast of Saline guys have 14 consecutive league wins, but they are out of league tonight to take on the Vikings. As you've used live stream video on SalinaPost.com, the Vikings come out. They're wearing black, trimmed in orange, a little bit of white. Southeast of Saline in their home whites, trimmed in purple. Sawyer's in the jump circle, will win the tip against Kean Blanchett, and he will tip it back to Drake Augustine. Augustine starts the offense. To Palmer in the corner. Now out to Luke Gebhardt for three to start the scoring. That won't go. And the rebound taken in down low by Cade Blanchett for the Smoky Valley Vikings.
You got to be careful coming off a big win against Heston. You can't be, thinking that Smoky Valley's going to lay down for you, because they're not. They've got a good ball club also.
There's a lob at the rim on a beautiful play to Blanchett, and he will score his first basket of the game and open the scoring here in this game. Kean Blanchett, a two-pointer at the rim. An extended 1-3-1 zone here by the Smoky Valley Vikings. Augustine has it up top. He'll play it to the left-hand side to Sawyers, who is in a trap. He tried to get it to Nakari Morkel-Palmer, and they're going to say that ball is off of Nakari and out of bounds. An early turnover here for Southeast.
Yeah, it's a bad place to get it right there in the corner against a 1-3-1 zone.
Full court pressure here, a little token pressure by Southeast of Saline as we are 1 minute in. Smoky Valley opened the scoring on their first possession of the night. Now they have it back. Blanchett has it. He's guarded by Daniel Kerr. Now he will play it, top of the circle, to Cade Blanchett. Senior and junior. Cade is a senior, Kean is a junior. Pickering has it. Now Sawyer's tried to get the steal. Now he lost the handle on it, but he'll get it back here and bring it up the floor for Southeast of Saline. Each team has a turnover here early on. Daniel Kerr open from three. Southpaw won't go. Sawyer's floating in, trying to get the rebound. He cannot, but that tip moves it out to Nakari Morkel-Palmer. Down Nakari to Drake Augustine, who leaves one short. Here comes Smoky Valley back the other way. Smoky Valley coaches always kind of struck me as one of those teams on the guys' side. They always play high tempo. They are always very, very scrappy.
Yeah, they got a good ball club. There's no doubt about it. They're well coached, and he gets the most out of whatever he has every year.
Foul there on the rebound against Cade Blanchett. That's our first foul of the game. They're almost 2 minutes into this contest.
Just have to break the ice here, and we're going to have to solve this zone, though, because we haven't. The only looks we've had are from the outside, with the exception of Augustine's drive there.
Yeah, this 1-3-1 is pretty unique. You see some people love it, some people hate it. Of course, Baylor's had a lot of success with it at the college level, but the thing with the 1-3-1, you can extend to that or make it as compact as you want to, can't you?
Yes, you can. And it depends on where where the meat of your offense is how you adapt to that.
Southeast throws it away on that possession. That's their second turnover of the night. Here is Griffith inside. Try to reverse layup. That won't go. Sawyer's now speeding out with it. Eli up the floor. Had to sidestep a defender. Now he's in a trap again and loses the basketball out of bounds. The official said he stepped out on the baseline. That is the third turnover now for Southeast of Saline, who is still looking for their first points.
No, we didn't handle the break very well that time. We had a chance.
Here's Smoky Valley with a little 2-on-2 break. Augustine and Sawyers is back for Southeast of Saline. Gebhardt on a block of an outside shot. That ball comes off the rim, and the rebound is kept by Smoky Valley, now into the hands of Carson Peel. Peel will pass it off to the left. Pickering has it. Pickering now up top to Cade Blanchett. Kean Blanchett has it now. Baseline jumper is good for Smoky Valley, who leads it 4-0. That jumper came from Pickering. 4-0 Vikings. Augustine has it. Wanted to go right to Nakari. Now he's going to get it on about the third look. Nakari has 3 Vikings around him, and he's going to find Augustine down low, but Drake can't get the shot to go. Luke Gebhardt soaring in for the rebound. Finds Nakari Morical-Palmer. His three-pointer won't go. Now Daniel Kerr with the rebound. And he'll play it back out to Augustine for a little reset. Drake now lobs it at the rim. Nakari up with a tip. I guess that's one way to do it.
Put it up the rim and let somebody go get it.
First basket of the night for Southeast of Saline, and a foul will be called here on Drake Augustine. His first. It's Southeast of Saline's first foul.
Yeah.
So you come down the floor, you're looking for that 1-3-1, Coach. How do you don't want to attack that head on, do you? You want to attack that with an even front.
Yeah, you've got to have an even front, unless you can. You've got a good ball handler that can go to the side and hit the crease, and make 2 guys guard you.
4-2, Smoky Valley with it along their own baseline now. They play it in a double dribble called there. It was a catch and a bounce by Justice Autry. Then he picked it up and played it again. Second turnover for Smoky Valley. Not a lot of scoring here early on in this one. 4:22 left to go. We're about halfway through the first quarter. 4-2 Smoky Valley. They started out leading this game 4-0. Sawyers has it now. He'll get to the lane. Now out but Luke Gebhardt. Luke will collect the trap. Now play it on a skip pass. It ends up with Augustine. Augustine along the baseline. Back to Gebhardt for 3. And he cancels. Luke Gebhardt for 3. Gives Southeast of Saline the lead. 5-4 Trojans. Full court pressure once again. Southeast of Saline. Autry being sped up. Gebhardt bothered him at the rim. Sawyers with the rebound. Here comes Nakari down the lane. Had bad intentions on his mind as he went to the rim, but that ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast.
Might have been a little contact there. But I like to see him in the running game because that's where we're the best.
Kaysen Lilly checks in. Kaysen was the leading scorer for Southeast of Saline on Friday night. He had 14 points off the bench on 5 of 7 shooting. Just provided a spark for Southeast when they desperately needed it. Shot the ball very well. Kaysen out there now with Luke Gebhardt, Eli Sawyers, Drake Augustine, and Nakari Morical-Palmer. High post to Sawyers. Turnaround 15 won't go.
It's a good shot.
And the rebound taken in by Cade Blanchett and Smoky Valley. 5-4, Southeast of Saline. Kean Blanchett has it on the right-hand side. He looks back where he came from. They'll find Carson Peel. Peel with it. Now it ends up along the baseline. A forced shot up there by Smoky Valley. Misses, but they could throw a rebound. It's cashed in by Cade Blanchett. 3 different Vikings have scored here in this game. Sawyers, though, quickly down the floor on a little baseline jumper. Gets his first basket. 7-6, Southeast of Saline. These 2 teams going back and forth here in the first quarter of play. Peel with it. Up top, Jake Gebhardt pops up off the bench. He'll be at the scorer's table for the next whistle. Little baseline attack here. Goes to Autry. Autry plays it out to Carson Peel. Little head and shoulder fake. 2 dribbles to his left. Jump shot won't go. Nakari with the long pass off the rebound. Drake missed the shot. Eli coming in trying to clean it up, and he missed the putback. Smoky Valley back the other way. Golden opportunity there for Southeast of Saline that was missed.
Yeah, we got.
And Blanchett hits the 3. Top of the circle, Kean Blanchett with the 3-pointer. He has 5. It's a 2-point lead for the Vikings. Augustine with it now, right-hand side. Back around center to Luke Gebhardt. Lob pass to Nakari. Back out here to Trigg. Now they work it around. Lilly has it. High post to Sawyers. So far, decent ball movement here on this trip by Southeast of Saline. That'll spring Lilly open for 3. That's no good. And the rebound comes down to Smoky Valley. Comes the Vikings back the other way, this time slower than any other trip they've had so far. Kean Blanchett, a little head and shoulder fake. His heels were nearly on the sideline. He was that far out. Gets it back now after giving it up. He'll try top of the circle 3. That one hits the front of the rim and rolls home. Kean Blanchett has 8 points here in this quarter, and Smoky Valley has a 5-point lead. Caden Isaacson up off the bench. He'll join the group of guys. 6 guys, 3 from each team, sitting at the scorer's table right now. We've gone some time without a whistle. Nakari inside to Eli Sawyers. Stepped away from the basket, now goes back at the rim, and he is fouled. And 2 free throws coming up for Eli Sawyers. The foul will be whistled against.
Who that was against?
Yeah, they said 32. There's no 32 on the floor. We'll check it and get back to you. The second team foul for Smoky Valley. First free throw for Eli Sawyers is up and good. He has 3. I'm going to say 24. It was on Kean Blanchett, his first. Wholesale substitutions on both sides. Smoky Valley puts in Ethan Abel. Also, Gus Griffith comes back in. Braxton House into the game. Also returning, Vincent Pickering and Jerome Autry into the game. It's Case and Lilly, Drew Richardson, Jake Gebhardt, Caden Isaacson, and Eli Sawyers, who just sank a second free throw for Southeast of Saline. Under a minute left to go here in the first. Autry gets into the lane, tried to play it out into the waiting hands of Braxton House, but it's taken away by Southeast. Sawyers for a transition 3. That's an air ball, won't go. Jake Gebhardt with a rebound. Jake will play it out now to Drew Richardson. Richardson, back right hand. Sawyers tries another 3. That won't go. Caden Isaacson with the rebound. He'll save it to Jake Gebhardt. Now ball on the floor. Wrestling match ensues, and it will be a tie-up that will go to Smoky Valley.
Well, at least we got on the offensive boards. Didn't do much with it, but we got on there for a change.
Smoky Valley led by 5. That lead has been cut down to 3. They still lead at 12-9 with 24 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. House has it for Smoky Valley. Now he'll play it back to Vincent Pickering. Now finally in the hands of Jerome Autry, who will set the offense. He'll come across the timeline with 16 seconds left to go. Autry gets by his defender. Now plays it to Pickering. Near steal by Richardson. Autry gets by him. Pull-up jumper won't go. Now he gets his own rebound. 6 seconds left to go. Ball on the floor taken away by Sawyers. 3-on-2 break. Sawyers leading it down the middle. Crossover at the free throw line. Finger roll is good. Eli Sawyers with 6 points, and that went down right at the buzzer. Southeast of Saline will be down by 1 as we go to the second quarter. 12-11 is our score. Smoky Valley leads it. Second quarter action coming up. You're listening and watching on SalinaPost.com. It's a live stream video. It's presented by Salina Ortho.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at SalinaPaintballComplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back here just about ready for second quarter action. 12-11 is our score. Smoky Valley leading Southeast of Saline. Southeast will start out with the basketball. I have some scores to pass along to you. We'll do that on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. First time we get a break in the action here. Isaacson down low was fouled by Smoky Valley as he was looking over his shoulder with a couple of dribbles. And this foul for Smoky Valley will be their third team foul, and it will go against Gus Griffith. Well, that'll be a physical matchup inside between Isaacson and Griffith, won't it? Here's Richardson, came off a pick, maybe looking for a three-pointer. Smoky Valley closed that door quickly, though. Nakari goes right back to Richardson on the right-hand side. High post now Isaacson. He'll play the kick for 3. Richardson's 3-2 strong, no good, but somehow Caden over there to get the basketball and save it. Caden went from one side of the floor to the other, got that rebound, and was able to save it off a Smoky Valley player.
Just what he does. And you know, what I see on the floor right now is something that I think will win Southeast a lot of games. We only have one starter on the floor right now.
A lot of depth on this team and not a lot of drop-off either when you look at this squad and the way that they played Friday against the Heston Swathers. Richardson with it. Now skip pass over the top to Lilly. He wants to take a baseline floater. He's so good at that. Kason Lilly scores his first basket of the night. Saw him with a couple runners against Heston on Friday.
And he did one of them over 3 guys.
Yeah, he did. 13-12, our score. Here's Lilly on a steal. 2-on-1 break with Nakari. He's going to leave it up to the rim, and Nakari misses the jam. A foul, and they're going to say technical here on Nakari.
There should be no technical on that.
Coach Bryson Flax is going to ask why. Sure, we're all wondering why.
If he'd have made it, they wouldn't have called it.
Yeah. First free throw on the technical by Carson Peel is no good.
Well, I'm not going to bash the referees, but that was not a good call.
I'm not either. Peel will get a second free throw. Conversation continues about why that was or was not a technical. It was because I called it. Peel makes the second free throw. Bennington State Bank scoreboard. Rock Creek tonight beats Abilene in girls play, 52-29. Chapman closes the door on Sacred Heart, 55-45. Those both finals in girls play. Of course, if you missed it, Southeast of Saline's girls got a victory in a really great basketball game, 48-46 over Smoky Valley. Here it's 13-13. Southeast of Saline and Smoky Valley tied. Now a turnover here for the Vikings. Another steal by Southeast. Isaacson got himself in some trouble there, and then Smoky Valley nearly got away with the travel, but they finally got it called there, and it'll stay with Southeast here on their end. All of a sudden, Smoky Valley has blown from 3 to 6 turnovers in the matter of about 12 seconds. 13-13. High post entry there to Nakari. Wanted to go back at the rim. He's shut off by a couple of different Vikings. Now Kason Lilly open from 3. Lets it fly. That won't go. Rebound in the corner. Tried to get saved over here by Luke Gebhardt. And it would hit the overhang where the balcony goes around behind the basket. Score remains tied. Full court pressure coming up again here for Southeast of Saline.
You know, it's a high-energy game.
It really is.
But you would expect that. That's one thing about being ranked in the top or near the top. People want to prove a point.
There's a little bit of a difference, and when I say that, it's sarcastic. There's a lot of a difference between having a 2 by your name and a 1 by your name, isn't there?
A lot.
And that happened this afternoon when the KBCA put out their new rankings that put Southeast of Saline at the number 1 spot. Gebhardt with it. Inside to Isaacson. Caden with a nice little catch and score as he turned. Caden Isaacson for 2.
Nice cut. Nice look from Luke. Easy bucket.
15-15. 5:43 left to go here, second quarter. Kean Blanchett. Another shot from him. No good. Nakari another rebound. Up the floor quickly. Kason Lilly leans into the defender. Reverse layup. Got enough of the board that it went in. Kason Lilly has 4 off the bench for Southeast of Saline. Smoky Valley coming right back at him, though. 17-15 Trojans, 5:20 left to go here before halftime. We'll catch up with Shauna Smith at the break and revisit the victory for her Lady Trojans tonight. Gus Griffith on the backside unattended, but he bobbled the basketball. Now it's taken away by Kason Lilly. Here come the Trojans up the floor again. Little hesitation move by Kason, and he's going to be knocked to the floor and fouled. 2 free throws coming up for Kason Lilly.
Was a nice take. You know, I think Southeast had numbers, but he was out in front of the numbers, and I think that's a smart move to take it to the rack like he did.
Kean Blanchett guilty of the foul. That's his second. Lilly at the free throw line misses the first. So far, Southeast of Saline, 2 of 3 from the stripe here in this game. It's a little bit weird because there are a lot of whistles tonight in the girls' game and so far in this one. Not a lot of free throws, though. Kason's second free throw also missing off the mark. No good.
Got to hit those free ones to widen the gap when the clock's not running.
Last year he was 60% on the season, but only shot about 10 free throws. Here's Smoky Valley down the lane. Shot blocked by Nakari Morkel Palmer. Loose ball now is going to go off the hands of a Smoky Valley player and awarded to Southeast of Saline. Bryson Flax wants a timeout. Probably a good idea if we take one as well. 4:54 left to go here in the second quarter. It's a 30-second timeout here on KINA.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinePainClinic.org.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
4:54 left to play here in the second quarter. 17-15 our score. Southeast of Saline leading Smoky Valley. Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here courtside at the Purple Palace on campus at Southeast of Saline. We'll hit the road on Friday and open league play in Beloit. Tonight the Beloit Trojans tangling with the Clay Center Tigers. Drake Augustine back into the game. He's out there with Eli Sawyers, Daniel Kerr, Luke Gebhardt, and Nakari Morikel-Palmer. Augustine has it over the top of the defense to Kerr. Danny will try the three, and he'll nail it. Daniel Kerr. He's got a quick release, especially for a southpaw. He gets that ball, and it's ready to go.
Yes, he does.
5-point lead now. It's the biggest of the game for Southeast of Saline, as Smoky Valley has come in here and played a really good contest so far. Here's Nakari down low, shutting off the inside threat. Smoky Valley will kick it out. Autry for three. That won't go. Rebound Nakari. Out to Eli Sawyers. Now to Kerr. Kerr plays it back to Sawyers. Nakari swings it around. Gebhardt. Luke wants the baseline. Gets underneath. Reverse layup is good. Luke Gebhardt with a reverse. He has 5. In the backcourt, Southeast created some havoc. Gus Griffith has it for Smoky Valley. Now he'll play it out. Cade Blanchett knocks it down, and he'll get it in control here of Carson Peel. Peel, a good player. He's been that way for about all 4 years at Smoky Valley. He's a senior this year, averages 10 points a game. And he just had the ball taken away momentarily by Drake Augustine, but got it right back. No-look pass off the fingertips of Gus Griffith and out of bounds. Smoky Valley has committed 8 turnovers to Southeast of Saline's 4.
Southeast got them sped up now, which didn't happen the early part of the first quarter.
Another substitution here. Griffith will check out for Smoky Valley. Braxton House back in for the Vikings. Augustine looks over his left shoulder at the bench, gets a play call here. It ends up with a double screen up top and a lob at the rim from Nakari Morikel-Palmer. He couldn't get it to go, and the ball out of bounds is going to be awarded to Southeast of Saline. They'll keep it here on their own baseline.
It's a nice play, but Nakari got fouled.
Here's Sawyers. A little 12-foot jumper, too strong, no good. Braxton House will collect it for Smoky Valley. Long pass up over the fingertips to Sawyers. Pickering all the way to the rim and scores. Vincent Pickering gets his second bucket of the night. Southeast, though, quickly back down in transition. Gebhardt on the left wing. Inside 3 minutes to go. Lob pass into Nakari. Double teamed. He tips it back to Luke. Now back to Eli Sawyers. No look pass at the end of that play. Sawyers might have held on to that a little too long. Nakari was buried underneath, but he was fouled, and he'll get free throws out of it.
Well, one thing Southeast has done now is they found a crease in the zone, and they're attacking from the wings out high and creating.
Nakari Morikel-Palmer to the free throw line. Vincent Pickering, guilty of the foul. That's his first. Nakari's first free throw is up and good. Nakari so far, 3 points in this one. I don't care what box you looked at after the game on Friday against Heston. Nakari had a bunch of numbers in it. Scoring, rebounding, blocks, steals. He was really, really good. And probably the most impressive thing, like his coach said, was his passing in that game.
And you know, he in particular, but the Southeast team in general is a good passing team.
Yeah.
They look for each other.
And that is really when they're at their best and they get going, was when that happens. 24-17 here. Here's Braxton House. Might have got away with a travel. Puts a ball up on the opposite side of the rim from where he started. Missed it, but they got it back. Here's Autry for a three. Got it to go. Justice Autry. Here's Augustine inside, a little leaner. That won't happen. And Smoky Valley gets it back. 2:20 left to play. 24-20 is our score. And Smoky Valley is going to throw it away. 9 turnovers now on the Vikings.
Well, like I said, we just need to convert because we've got Smoky Valley at our pace now.
Smoky Valley team took it on the chin against Abilene on Friday night, 73-52, but Abilene shot really, really well in that game. Their home opener on their floor, and they took everything they've been working on in practice and just put it in the cup. That Abilene team will be interesting to see. We will have them here in this gymnasium 1 week from tonight. Here's Daniel Kerr, a long three-pointer. That won't go. Augustine was fighting for the rebound but couldn't secure it. Here's Carson Peel back the other way. Out to Autry. He'll threaten the lane and bring it back out to Peel. House with a jumper from the baseline. That won't go. Gets his own rebound. Sticks it back up. That won't go. Daniel Kerr, after the 2 attempts, will clean it up. Now a cross-court pass by Luke Gebhardt that was dangerous. Sawyer's going to have it. Now a no-look to Augustine, who misses a layup. Boy, Drake's having a rough
He's
time
having a tough time.
And finally a foul here down low that will send Eli Sawyers to the free throw line. Gus Griffith gets his second foul. Sawyers has 6, has not scored in this quarter yet. He'll have 2 free throws here and a chance to do so. First free throw on the way, and it's good. That foul on Smoky Valley, their 6th team foul. Just about out of time, though, here in the second quarter. Shouldn't have a big effect on bonus situation from here on out. Not a lot of time left. Sawyer's second free throw attempt. Off the front of the lip, no good. Rebound to Justice Autry. Smoky Valley with it. 90 seconds left to play before the intermission. Left scoring from the first half. Also, Shauna Smith will join us. There's Smoky Valley underneath the basket. Peel trying to create some space. Cannot. Puts a shot up. Eli Sawyers will get the rebound. 75 seconds left to go. Augustine has it. To the right. Kason Lilly. Lilly will swing it through, dribble back, and bring it towards the scorer's table. 1 minute left to play here in the second quarter. Sawyers down low to Gebhardt. Gebhardt in the middle of a couple of Vikings. Had his first shot blocked. Second one going to be saved, but it's turned over to Smoky Valley. Testing Sawyers on the other end is Autry, and Jerome Autry is fouled by Eli Sawyers. That'll be his first. Got to give Jerome Autry some credit there, Coach. He knew he didn't have much of a chance, so he just went right into the body of Sawyers.
He sure did. And he used his body very well, too.
First foul on Eli. First free throw from Jerome Autry is no good. Drew Richardson will check in here for Drake Augustine. 49 seconds left to go. Jerome Autry's second free throw also missing. Luke Gebhardt will secure the rebound for Southeast. Luke has it. Started up the right-hand side. Now he'll play it back to the middle of the floor to Kason Lilly. Richardson on the left. Back to Lilly in the middle. Those two play catch in the two-man game, working middle to the left-hand side of Southeast offense. A near steal by Jerome Autry. It goes out of bounds. And that'll set the clock at 32 seconds with Southeast inbounding right at the edge of the scorer's table. Nakari Morkel Palmer will hop up and come in. He'll replace Daniel Kerr. Richardson with it. Into Kason Lilly. Right-hand side now, Gebhardt. High post, Nakari. Clock to 25, and a careless pass by Kason Lilly into the high post to Nakari, and they turn it over. Just the second turnover of the quarter for Southeast of Saline. They have 5 for the half. Now Smoky Valley play for the last shot. 10 seconds left to go before the break. Carson Peel up top, gets to the elbow, now plays it out to Autry. Autry wants to drive, and he is fouled on the floor. Southeast will have a chance to defend here without free throws. It's just their 4th team foul. Kason Lilly's first foul. Kean Blanchette quickly checks in for Smoky Valley. He has 10 points. He's the leading scorer for the Vikings. 3.5 seconds left. Carson Peel set to inbounds. Looking to the backside. Gets it to Cade Blanchette. He's going to throw a shot up the go, and that'll be the half. 25-20, our score here at the break. Southeast of Saline leads it by 5. When we come back, we'll have scoring from the first half. We will also have a conversation with Shauna Smith. It's coming up next. Halftime is brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. 25-20, Southeast of Saline leads it by 5 here on KINA.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Hi, everyone. It's Linnell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com. It's a new Trojan basketball season, and our coaches have devised a solid game plan. Just like basketball, to reach your goals in the real estate game, we need to have a dynamic game plan. I enjoy working with many of our Trojan supporters in all aspects of real estate. Upsizing, downsizing, investments, town or country. One call to me, and we will get your personalized game plan ready to win. Go Trojans!
Buy or sell, call Winnell at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at halftime, it's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. 25-20, Southeast of Saline leads Smoky Valley at 5 of the guys contest. Time now to flash back and check in on the girls game that you may or may not have caught earlier on. 48-46. If you missed it, shame on you, because this was a really good basketball game. Shauna Smith joins us now. Coach, you need these games, I think, early on in the season. These are one of those games, for lack of a better term, I call them maybe character shapers, right? I mean, I saw a lot of resiliency out of your basketball team tonight. You have a lot of the same girls, but they're finding themselves in different roles and different positions as in the past, and that just didn't look like they were going to lose tonight.
No, like I said, these girls know that kind of how to get down and play hard, and when we need to stop or get that big rebound, they know how to do those things. Because we didn't shoot the ball real well tonight, which you're not going to a lot of nights. And I thought, when the game got online, the last 2 minutes, we did what we needed to get the game going.
You had 3 really, really big runs in this game. We start out, let's go to the end of the first quarter. You trail by 4, but you come out, you start the second quarter on a 15-1 run. You establish a big lead. Then Smoky Valley hits a couple of three-pointers off the backboard to bring it back to 25-19 at halftime. That was one spurt you had. Then late in the third quarter, you were tied up at 32. You put together a little 5-0 run there. And then, of course, trailing by 2 at the end of the game, you finished the game on a little 4-0 run. Your response to being down in this game was gold.
Yeah, and I thought we did a good job, just handling the ball. We ran a set play to the tee, kind of at the end there. We'd called that timeout early on, and then we had that backcourt call that was maybe questionable if that was or not. Depends on.
I've already addressed that. You don't have
to. Okay. Well, it just depends on how you. You look at that because where the establishment was, but that's how it goes. But I thought we could have hung our head on that, and we came back down and. I thought Abigail Pearson did a good job of going inside and guarding their post man. She got some things there, but we also got her in foul trouble by Abigail going in there and guarding her. Yeah,
I thought Abigail tonight did a good job. And I'm sure you know this about her, but it's good to see that you have a person like that will go in there and just flat out battle a 6+ type of person, because you're going to see that again this year. But even times that she was caught out of position contesting the shot, she kind of held her position for the rebound. And you don't see that a lot of times. Girls get lost contesting the shot and they don't necessarily get the block out. You could tell blocking out was the first thing on her mind.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what we told her to do when we went to go in there. So we kind of switched around who she was guarding, and kind of that's what we told her that was her job there. And I thought she did a good job. We told her, it's the everybody else's job to help her then.
Your rotation Friday against Heston, I thought, was very solid, especially for this early in the year. Tonight that got thrown a little bit into disarray because Brielle Potachik got some early fouls, 2 quick fouls on her early on in this game. Then she got a foul that I'm not so sure it was her foul, that was her 4th foul. But she didn't end up fouling out in this game, and she hit 2 huge shots for you in the 4th quarter. Talk about her night.
Yeah, and like I said, Brielle kind of sat on the bench there, but I honestly thought that, sometimes that kind of affects kids, and I thought she came in the, game, and it didn't let her affect her. She played smart, then, was playing with 4 fouls, because I'm not sure where her 3rd foul was at or who they gave that to. We'll see where that was when we go to watch film again, but, we ran that set play for her, and she came off that and hit a 3, and that was a big 3.
Reagan Getz had a good night for you on both ends of the floor tonight, too. I thought she played extremely well. She got the game winner on a tough runner to the rim off that set play that you just talked about. I thought Reagan, though, played good on both ends of the ball, of the court, didn't she? Maybe?
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I keep telling the girls that, I think the things we've lacked the last 2 games is just our communication with leadership. We're looking for somebody to guide us, on here, and kind of one of those things that we're kind of looking for those seniors or somebody to step up there and whatever. So I think that's kind of one of the things we're kind of lacking here.
You were able to force Smoky Valley into a bunch of turnovers early on in this game. They had 12 of their 18 turnovers in the first half. Third quarter, though, they were taking much better care of the ball and not traveling so much with your pressure. How were you able to keep them from scoring? Because the turnovers weren't there. A lot of it was just one-and-done rebounding, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought we did a better job of rebounding, and I thought we just kind of kept them in front of us a little bit better. We were so worried about them driving on us. Well, I don't know, they hit some threes early on. They were 4 for 15 in the first half. They had 4 threes in the first half, and so I thought we did a better job. We contested them, but I just thought we did a better job of keeping them in front of us.
You knew Adrian Hazel would be a good player for them. She scored 25 against Abilene on Friday night. She scored 7 in the first quarter on you here. She fouled out with 7 points. What were you able to do to keep her at bay?
Well, I just thought, like we said, is that the person that's guarding her has got to keep her in front of them, and we can't always have to have help. But, Avery Castleman, she guarded her. She's mainly the person who's going to guard her. But even Reagan came in there and guarded her. I thought we all did a really good job on just doing those things. And, I think she had a 3 on us, or she had 2 threes on us. But, those are some things we're going to give up either the 3. That's what we told them, we're going to get the 3 up first, and then we're going to let her drive because we don't want her to get some and-ones and whatever on us. So we wanted to get going that way.
Avery defended her well all night, and by the way, never got a foul doing it either. That was the impressive thing for Avery Castleman tonight. Now you turn the page a little bit. We're going to go into league play. This is always an interesting game to me on Friday. It's Beloit and Southeast of Saline, who has been towards the top of the league, of course, forever it seems like. This is always a fun one before the holiday break. What do you expect to see out of the Beloit Lady Trojans on Friday?
They've been a young team, so now they're all kind of that juniors, whatever. I think they're going to be well coached. They're going to come. This is definitely not going to be a blowout game by any means. I think we're going to have everything. We're going to have to run some offense, and we're going to have to be able to guard here. So they, so now that they've been in their coach's system now for 3 years, it'll be a good game.
You lost 4 games last year. This game against Smoky Valley was one of them. How much conversation was there about that?
There's a lot, because it's been since 2020 since we beat them at the Sterling tournament. And we talked about this, and I looked up that game about 2 months ago. When the last time we actually beat them, and it wasn't until the Sterling tournament, and we actually had this conversation the last 2 days at practice about this is a game that we wanted to win.
Absolutely. Enjoy it. Have a good week. We'll see you in Beloit on Friday.
All right, thank you.
Shauna Smith, head coach of the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans. Her girls tonight get a big win, 48-46, and you heard it. They haven't beaten Smoky Valley since 2020, so a big win tonight for the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans. They'll take their 2-0 record into Beloit for a league contest on Friday. Halftime of the boys contest, 25-20 is our score. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Be back with more Trojan basketball after this on KINA.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
Back here on the kicking off Auto and Truck Accessories. Halftime show. Time now to check scoring from the first half. Southeast of Saline leads it 25-20. Scoring brought to you by Citizen State Bank and Downtown Gypsum. So far, 7 points for Eli Sawyers. He leads the way for Southeast of Saline. Luke Gebhardt has 5. 4 for Case and Lilly. 4 for Nakari Morikel Palmer. 3 for Daniel Kerr and 2 for Caden Isaacson. For Smoky Valley's Vikings, they are led by Kean Blanchett with 10. 4 for Vincent Pickering, 3 for Justice Autry, 2 for Cade Blanchett, and 1 for Carson Peel. Southeast of Saline 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Smoky Valley 1 out of 4. 9 turnovers for Smoky Valley and 5 for Southeast of Saline. Coach, your New Image Audio, keys to success tonight and protecting that lead for Southeast of Saline.
Well, we've got to be more efficient. We're getting the ball down the court. We're getting good shots, maybe rushing a little bit, and turning the ball over at crucial times in our offensive pattern. But the thing is, if we can just settle in a little bit. You know, Devin, one thing I've thought about, now you only see 1 football or 2 football players on the court right now, but I've said it for the last 2 weeks, it's going to take 3 or 4 games before these guys all get in sync, the non-fall sports and the fall sport people.
Yeah, and we saw that last year. The great season Southeast had, they really weren't rested and well until after the holiday break when they got a chance to kind of regroup and see. I mean, you go from playing a football game and then 2 weeks later you're on the basketball court. It takes a while to get healed up after that. Southeast of Saline will start out here with a 5-point lead on defense, and Luke Gebhardt gets a steal. He'll pitch it ahead to Eli Sawyers, who goes to the rim, tried to dunk it, and he was bothered from behind, and that crawls out on him. An empty possession there for both teams. And now a foul on the floor that will be whistled against Drake Augustine. There's been some plays at the rim tonight, whether it's on plays like that from Sawyers or lob passes. Actually, they're going to call this foul on Smoky Valley.
Yeah, I think he ran right over Drake is what I saw.
Okay. But there's been some plays at the rim tonight where there's been some contact, and I'm not sure if the officials know how to call that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, Nakari's been bumped a couple times on attempts, and definitely Eli was bumped on that one.
Here's Gebhardt with it. He'll go right-hand side to Augustine. Augustine testing the trap there. Now he's in trouble into the corner, but he gets rid of it to Sawyers. Sawyers along the baseline to Gebhardt, who gets himself open. Then a late foul will be called here on Cade Blanchett. So bang fouls here on Cade Blanchett for Smoky Valley. That'll put him in jeopardy now. He is the first one in this game with 3. Actually, I'll take that back. That's Gus Griffith. That'll put him in jeopardy with 3. Just going to take your pick on that one. Luke Gebhardt's free throw, up and good. Luke has a half a dozen here in this game as he opens the scoring in the second half. Second free throw on the way. Hits the front of the rim and crawls off. Kean Blanchett with the rebound for Smoky Valley. Carson Peel will have it now. He'll bring it across the timeline. He'll meet Eli Sawyers along the lane, right-hand side. Back to Kean Blanchett, and a hand check foul will be called here against Daniel Kerr. That'll be Danny's first foul of the night. Gus Griffith will check out for Smoky Valley. He just got that 3rd foul. Smoky Valley underneath their own basket. Inbounds from the baseline. They'll go to Pickering. Now back to Peel. Those two playing catch on the left-hand side of Smoky Valley's offense. Pickering now stuck with it. He'll find Kean Blanchett. Blanchett won the baseline. One dribble, though. He's shut off there by Daniel Kerr. Back out to Carson Peel. Pickering, free throw line extended right-hand side. Trying to play a little inside-outside. He'll let a three-pointer fly. That's guarded by Luke Gebhardt. No good. Here's a run out. Nakari Morikel Palmer. Big steps through the lane. Nakari left it long off the window. Tried to finish with the left hand. Now Carson Peel has it. He's turned it into a 3-on-2 back the other way. Extra pass to House. His shot won't go. Fight for the rebound. Kean Blanchett has it for Smoky Valley. Out to Peel. His jumper off the front of the rim. No good. Nakari wants to run. Back out to Augustine. Augustine has a 1-on-4, and he slams on the brakes. Skip pass now through to Eli Sawyers. Sawyers bumped, falling out of bounds. We'll have to play it back into Augustine. Now back to Sawyers in the short corner. Southeast setting a play up here. High to Nakari. He lobbed it at the rim to Sawyers. Sawyers, difficult shot floating back into the rim. Will score.
That was a nice look and a difficult basket.
This it was. 28-20. Southeast of Saline has opened here with the first 3 points of the second half. They lead it by 8. Smoky Valley looking inside. Kean Blanchett has it on Luke Gebhardt. Gebhardt with a hand, might have deflected it a little bit. Bounce pass up the floor to Gebhardt. He's going to go to the rim. Layup right-hand side is good. And Southeast of Saline started this third quarter with a big run. It's a 5-0 run, and they have doubled their lead to 10 points. 30-20 is the score. It's a 30-second timeout with 5:28 left to go in the third here on KINA.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
5-0 run has put Southeast of Saline up by their biggest lead of the night. It's 10 points. Before that, their biggest lead was 7. It's 30-20. Pretty good first 2.5 minutes out of the Trojans there, Coach.
Yeah, it was, and we're getting the rebounds and filling the lanes, and we're at our best when we're running.
Smoky Valley out of the timeout. See what they can do with it. Southeast still in that man-to-man defense. Down low, Cade Blanchett scores with the left hand over the top of Nakari. That's Blanchett's second basket of the night.
And that was a tough one.
That was.
Well guarded.
Southeast had a couple of substitutions during that timeout. Drew Richardson has checked into the game. Also, Kason Lilly back into the game. Lilly has it right-hand side. They'll swing it around now. Richardson, top of the circle, comes back right to Lilly. Short corner, now to Sawyers. Goes all the way around to Nakari. Nakari pitches it opposite side. Lilly's three won't go. Gebhardt's tip goes high off the board and in. The second consecutive game we've seen a Gebhardt with a tip off the window. Luke has 5 in the quarter. Here's Ethan House down low. Can't get it to go for Smoky Valley. Sawyers is off, testing now this Smoky Valley team. He has everybody wearing black around him, and he loses the basketball. House with it back the other way. Left-handed layup won't go. Blanchett on the putback is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line.
You know, Eli's played a pretty good game. He's handled it pretty well on the break, but that time he should have given the ball up. As you're right, it was all black jerseys. I think all 5 of them were there.
A foul on Luke Gebhardt is his first. Cade Blanchett at the free throw line. His flat free throw is no good. 4 points for Cade. Pickering checks out. Back into the game is Justice Autry for the Vikings. Second free throw by Cade Blanchett looked much better. Now he has 3 here in the quarter. Jake Gebhardt checks in. He will bring with him back into the game Drake Augustine. About halfway through this third, 32-23 is our score. Ethan Abel, a senior for Smoky Valley, comes into the game. Kason Lilly with the basketball for Southeast of Saline.
Looks like Smoky Valley is going to man-to-man maybe, or
yeah. Going to try it anyway. Jake Gebhardt with it. Takes a couple of dribbles to the elbow. Now he slings it out. Perimeter passing now for Southeast of Saline. Kason Lilly has it. Ball above his head. Now he's going to drive to the free throw line. Get it to Richardson down along the baseline. Well, without Eli Sawyer's on the inside there in that high, you can afford to maybe go to a little man-to-man here. Maybe what they're thinking. Nakari gets his first touch on this possession. Step back from the free throw line. 15-footer won't go. Rebound trying to be tipped in there by Drake Augustine, and Drake was fouled. He will go to the free throw line.
I'm glad to see Nakari take that shot away from the basket a little bit, make him play a little more honest.
Yeah. So Augustine's had a rough night. He missed a couple of layups in that first half, but did a good job there crashing the offensive boards, and he got fouled. And he goes to the free throw line, gets his first point of the night. He's the 7th Southeast of Saline player to score. Puts the Trojans back up by 10. Still a free throw left. Second free throw on the way from Drake Augustine, rattles home, and he gets both of them. Trojans 3 of 4 from the free throw line here in this quarter. 3:25 left to go in the third. Carson Peel came across the timeline, tripped over it, almost lost the basketball, but he picks it back up. No harm, no foul there. Here's a nice drive to the basket by Justice Autry. Can't get it to go, and the rebound's taken away by Drew Richardson. Up the floor to Nakari Morikel-Palmer. He'll find Lilly on the right-hand side. Now out to Jake Gebhardt. Tipped by Nakari's no good, but he gets his own rebound, goes back and scores, and a three-point play opportunity coming up for Nakari Morikel-Palmer.
Pretty nice rebound. Switch hands, lay it up, and get fouled.
Cade Blanchett guilty of the foul. That's his third. We talked about that a couple of times on Friday against Heston. He gets off the floor so fast, and even that time relocated and was able to get to the complete opposite side of the rim.
There was one time in the Heston game he had 3 taps at it before Heston jumped.
So Nakari at the free throw line. He'll try to complete this three-point play. That was the 4th team foul and the 3rd on Cade Blanchett for Smoky Valley. Nakari's free throw is up and good. 3 of 3 from the free throw line for Nakari Morikel-Palmer. This lead now has swelled to 14 for Southeast of Saline. 37-23, inside 3 minutes left to go here in the third. With the basketball, right-hand side, Jerome Autry. Now he'll swing it around. Near tap there on the steal by Southeast of Saline. Justice Autry, though, will keep it inside to Gus Griffith. His drive to the lane is no good, but he is fouled. Now he will go to the free throw line for 2. Foul on Jake Gebhardt is his first.
It looked like Jake knew exactly what he was going to do there and kind of gave up on the play just right at the last second.
Griffith's free throw rattles out, hits the backboard, and then falls home. His first point of the night. He becomes the 6th Smoky Valley player to score. Kean Blanchett back in for Smoky Valley. Caden Isaacson in for Southeast of Saline. Second free throw on the way here for Griffith. That misses. Ball being tapped up in the air, and it's taken in by Jerome Autry, who comes flying in. And now a foul will be called against Southeast of Saline. Their 4th team foul. It's against Kaysen Lilly. That was Kaysen's 2nd foul. Inbounds underneath along their own baseline for the Vikings. Running out of time now. They'll get into Kean Blanchett. Step back 3 won't go. Kaysen Lilly will rebound on the opposite side. He wants to run. 4-on-3 break. Now he's going to stop at the 3-point line. Play a cross-court pass over to Drake Augustine. High post now. Caden Isaacson down low. Wide open. There's Jake Gebhardt. And a nice look there from Caden Isaacson.
That's how you beat that if you get the ball at in the middle of the lane there.
Jake Gebhardt becomes the 8th Southeast player to score in this game. Down low inside, Justice Autry missed the shot, got his own rebound. Now plays it to Griffith, who misses a shot. Now it's going to be taken in and saved here by Carson Peel, but now he is fouled. 5th team foul for Southeast of Saline. Kaysen Lilly again, that is his 3rd. Luke Gebhardt, Daniel Kerr will check into the game. They'll replace Kaysen Lilly and Drew Richardson. 1:49 left to go here in the third period. 39-24. Southeast just kind of quietly crept away in this one, haven't they?
Yeah, well, we've had a good, Smoky Valley scored 4 points yet in this quarter.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep. Griffith inside trying to body up Jake Gebhardt. He won the battle but couldn't get the ball to go in the hole. 90 seconds left to go. Here comes Luke Gebhardt. He'll sling it left-hand side. Daniel Kerr. Now down low to Isaacson. Little baby bounce pass to Drake Augustine. That's the 3rd assist of the night for Caden Isaacson. And now a full timeout will be called by Smoky Valley. This one's getting away from him. 41-24 is the score. 1:20 left to play here in the third quarter. When we come back, you're listening and watching Southeast of Saline basketball here on KINA and Salina Post.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan Sports Program.
Your mailbox is stuffed full, and the phone keeps ringing. There are even strangers knocking at your door. Open enrollment time for Medicare and prescription drug plans is here, and it brings all kinds of unsolicited activity. Call a local firm with people you know at L&L Advisors. Plans can change pretty drastically year to year, and the agents at L&L Advisors are happy to answer your questions, give you advice, and make you feel at ease. With 2 locations in Salina, on Roach Street and Central Mall, and on South Main and McPherson. Built on honesty and trust, call L&L Advisors today.
Work hard, play hard. Good luck, Trojans, from Roselawn Memorial Park in Salina. To learn more, visit roselawsalina.com.
80 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, 41-24, Southeast of Saline. Devin Haney, Francis Flax back here, high courtside at Southeast Gymnasium. Southeast has done a good job here on defense, limiting the Smoky Valley team to just 4 points. There's Keenan Blanchett taking a runner at it. Left hand won't go. Caden Isaacson with the rebound. Caden looking over his shoulder, speeding away, puts Drake Augustine in a bad spot. As Drake was trailing, and Caden turned around and gave him the ball right where you shouldn't have the ball.
No.
That is right there at the intersection of the sideline and the half-court stripe, and a quick 30-second timeout by Bryson Flax, knowing his team was in trouble, saving that possession. We'll keep it right here.
You know how many times you can drill it in practice. You can tell them every day, and guess where they want to go? Right to the corner at half court.
Yeah. That time I think Caden was just pretty happy getting away with what he'd already did, and that was getting the ball across half court, but then he put his buddy in dire straits there, turning around with that handoff.
Well, we grabbed control of this game in this quarter now. 16-4 scoring.
Yeah, and it's been pretty quiet, too. It hasn't been a huge run. It's just been consistently since the quarter started. They came out of the halftime with a 5-0 run.
Yeah, we did 5-0 coming out.
That gave them a 10-point lead, Southeast of Saline. Since then, they've grown it by 7 more. Here's Luke Gebhardt, left-hand side. He'll play it back to Daniel Carroll. Swing it right-hand side in front of the Southeast student body to Caden Isaacson. Here's a drive by Caden. Can't get the ball to go down, but he is going to be fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Caden Isaacson already has 2 in this game. He has 2 free throws coming up. That's the 5th team foul for Smoky Valley. Justice Autry on the foul.
Well, there's the kid standing at the free throw line that won't have many stats, but he's done a lot.
Yes. Agreed. Missed the second free throw there. Jake Gebhardt, though, gets the rebound for Southeast of Saline. And he is the peak of entertainment watching him out there as well.
Yeah.
But that's because of the way he plays. He's on the floor. He gets rebounds. He sets screens. He does a lot of little stuff. He has 3 assists in this game as Luke Gebhardt hits a three-pointer. Luke Gebhardt having himself a nice night. 8 points here in this quarter. Now a steal by Drake Augustine and a layup. Drake got it to go after a really dismal first half. He has 6 points here in the quarter. Now it's a 23-point game for Southeast. They just keep the pedal on the floorboard here. 8 seconds left to go in the quarter. Autry to the lane. Pitches out to Kean Blanchett. He wants to drive, and another little bump foul here on Daniel Kerr. That's the second time Danny's been caught with that type of foul. That'll be his second personal.
Yeah, you can't reach on that. You got to take a step and try to impede his progress.
3.4 seconds left. Here's a lob pass in to Blanchett. Caden Isaacson has it. He's going to shoot a 2 third court over the top of the backboard. 47-24 is our score. Southeast of Saline with a good third quarter of action. They'll try to close it out when we come back. Fourth quarter action right around the corner. Southeast of Saline Trojan basketball against the Smoky Valley Vikings, brought to you by Salina Ortho.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Salina Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Salina Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Salina Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salinaortho.com.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
47-24 is our score. Devin Haney, Francis Flax, Big Sam Pretty producing and engineering. Game number 2 of the 2022 season. Southeast of Saline looking to close this one out and move to 2-0 and look forward to a big matchup against Beloit on Friday. Still have a whole quarter left to do it. Nakari Miracle Palmer for 3. He wants to help out. He's in double digits now with 10. 50-24 now the score. And all of a sudden, Coach, we are creeping on the 30-point mark. It's a foul. Drake Augustine with a collision at the timeline. They're going to give Drake the foul. And that'll be his second.
Tried to do a little double team trap there at the mid-court line, and Drake's just got to keep his hands out of there.
1-1 for Cade Blanchett. His free throw is up and good. 6 points for Cade. He'll get another one here. He is 2 of 3 from the free throw line so far in this game. Second free throw off the front of the rim. Eli Sawyers takes it away for Southeast of Saline. A couple of different options up the floor for Sawyers. He had Nakari on the right. Luke Gebhardt on the left. He went with Gebhardt. Now he'll play it to Drake Augustine. 50-25. Back door for Luke Gebhardt, and a reverse layup is good.
Just about as pretty as you can make it.
Luke has 15. 27-point lead. Seven minutes left to play here in this one. Keen Blanchett wants to drive in. He's met by Nakari Merkel Palmer, and he scores.
He's a good player.
Yeah, that was a meeting of two very athletic young men. Here's Daniel Kerr now trying to get inside, and a foul will be called. 6th team foul against Smoky Valley. Southeast of Saline will have it on a baseline inbounds underneath their own basket. Blanchett guilty of the foul.
Here we go.
Lob pass at the rim. A little over-delivered there by Daniel Kerr. Backdoor cut here by Sawyers, and he's going to go flush it. Nice little backdoor cut that time, and Sawyers in double digits now with 11. Autry makes his way to the lane. Cade Blanchett, shot up, no good. Loose ball picked up by Sawyers off the rebound. Here comes Eli with it. 3-on-3 break. Augustine crossovers his man, now pitches it out to Nakari. 4-3, left-hand side. Can't get it to go. Cade Blanchett with the rebound for Smoky Valley. 54-27. If that would have went down, we would have been looking at a running clock, but instead, Smoky Valley comes back with Vincent Pickering getting a 2. He has a half a dozen.
Well, I think it's a matter of about a minute, and we're going to be looking at the reserves getting to finish this game out.
Augustine with it. Gets a high screen from Nakari Morico Palmer. Now they go into the high post. Eli Sawyers. Sawyers looking over his shoulder. I think he wanted Nakari to cut back door there, but Nakari wasn't feeling it at that time. Here's Daniel Kerr driving, and he is hip checked. And we'll get a 1-and-1 out of the situation. Daniel so far has 3 in this game. He had a 3-pointer back in the second quarter. That foul against Blanchett for Kyan, that is his 4th. First free throw by Daniel Kerr is up and good. Second free throw, also good. 12 of 17 from the free throw line so far for Southeast of Saline. I'm sure after the way they finished the other night, Bryson Flax likes to see that improvement. They were not very good in the fourth quarter against Heston, were they?
No, they weren't.
56-29, back to a 27-point lead. That's been the biggest of the leads so far. 5.5 minutes left to go. Lob pass over the top. Griffith has it. He turns and knocks it off the window. Gus Griffith, his first field goal. Nakari down the floor. They got him the ball. He tips it to himself, gets it to Drake Augustine, and Augustine will score. Sometimes you just got to shake your head, smile, don't you? 58-31. Another foul up top on Daniel Kerr. That'll be his third. All three of them almost exactly like that. Justice Autry to the free throw line. Justice hit a three back in the second quarter. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Southeast of Saline has it. 5 minutes left to play. Nakari Morikel-Palmer through the defense along the free throw line to Sawyers. Sawyers wants to go to the rim, and he will be fouled up high. And 2 free throws coming up for Mr. Sawyers. Gus Griffith guilty on the foul. That'll be number 4 for him. 11 points so far for Eli. Free throw makes it 12. Luke Gebhard, Drake Augustine will check out. Kason Lilly, Drew Richardson back in. Second free throw for Sawyers. Up and no good. Remember this game a year ago on Lindsborg's campus, Eli Sawyers had 31 points. That is still his high water mark in scoring. There's a three-pointer by Jerome Autry that goes in. His first basket of the night. 59-34. 4.5 minutes left to play. Richardson has it up top. Still a man-to-man defense here by Smoky Valley. They played the first 3 quarters, or 2.5 quarters about in a zone. Here's Sawyers. Back and forth and goes to the rim and scores. 61-34. Halftime, Sacred Heart leads Chapman 18-17. Justice Autry driving to the rim, leaves one short. Nakari with the rebound. Here's a 3-on-2 break. Nakari to Eli Sawyers. Back to Nakari Morikel-Palmer for 2. 12 points for Nakari. Abilene over Rock Creek at halftime, 39-19. On the Bennington State Bank scoreboard, and a timeout here from Smoky Valley. It is a full timeout with 3:40 left to play in this one. 63-34. Trojans leading it here on KINA.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
3:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Southeast of Saline with a really good third quarter. They're following it up here in the fourth quarter and have built a 29-point lead. Smoky Valley with the basketball. And a steal taken away here by Connor Castleman, but it's stolen right back by Smoky Valley. That is only the second turnover from southeast of Saline this half, and believe it or not, it's Smoky Valley's third turnover of the half. There's southeast. Caden Isaacson has it. He's going to drive all the way to the paint. Lost the basketball, though, momentarily. That messed his rhythm up, and now a ball slapped out of bounds by Smoky Valley. Connor Castleman, new into the game. He's out there with Kason Lilly, Caden Isaacson, Drew Richardson, Jake Gebhardt. 2:59 left to go. Richardson on the inbounds. Goes to Gebhardt, now gets it back. Little hesitation dribble, and he'll get an and one situation. Drew Richardson gets his first basket of the night, and he has a chance to make a three-point play. He is the 9th Trojan to score in this game. That puts southeast of Saline up by 31. Now make it 32 as Richardson makes the free throw. Vincent Pinkering guilty of the foul. That's his second. Britton leads into the game. Caden Isaacson will stay. Levi Allen into the game. Connor Castleman will stay.
Kirby
Davis into the game. 2:47 left to go. It's a 32-point advantage for SES. Smoky Valley on the runner. Pickering can't get it to go. 3 Southeast players come down with custody of the rebound. Leeds had to get rid of it, and it went off the back heel of Levi Allen. Will stay here with Smoky Valley. And a foul on southeast of Saline. Clock will continue to run during these free throws. To the free throw line will be Braxton House for the Vikings. Stay tuned in postgame. We'll go over final scoring for you. Have a Vernon Jewelers gym of the game. Also a postgame conversation with Bryson Flax coming up in about 2 minutes. First free throw by Braxton House is good. Foul on Leeds is his first. Got a big game coming up on Friday. You always have that one league contest, Coach, before you go to the holiday break, and it's with Beloit. What do you think about the Trojans? They're always a threat, right?
Yeah, they're always a threat.
Here's Levi Allen driving, little floater, drops it home. Levi Allen into the scoring column tonight.
It's good to see.
These JV guys for southeast of Saline had a pretty good game tonight. They were able to win their game by a good margin against Smoky Valley. 68-35 our score here. Clock continues to run. 1:23 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Of course, Ryan Eilert and those Beloit Trojans, always so well coached. He's been there, it seems like, forever. He is the elder statesman in the NCAA, I think, as far as coaches. Been there the most, the longest of any other coach. It's always fun to play in Beloit, too. It's a tough gym to play in. Here's Caden Isaacson on a drive, and he is going to be hip checked. A 1-and-1 coming up for Caden.
You know, but the last few years we played pretty well up there.
Really have.
There's 2 places we play rather well, and Minneapolis is one, Beloit's the other.
Yeah, and if you can go to Beloit and get a victory and knock that trip out before the holidays, that's always a plus as well.
Yeah.
Then you worry about later on the rematch being here. First free throw by Caden was good. Second one also good. Caden's 3 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. Last few seconds here, 17 seconds to be exact, 70-35. Southeast has Smoky Valley doubled up here in this game. Three-pointer by Pickering. Top of the circle is good. 70-38, and that will be the final score. Trojans are victorious, and boy, the second half was a statement half, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. We had 25 points at halftime and come out with 70 for the game. That's a good production. And held them to, 18 points?
Yep, 20 at halftime, 38 to finish. Southeast of Saline, 70-38, the final score. We'll be back with postgame. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. Price and Flex and final stats right around the corner here on KINA.